for F1 EPrix chat. How are we all doing? Love to see your lovely faces once again. And if you don't know who I am, I think all you will know by now. It is your boy Ryan here. The bottom boy himself is back in the booth again. And joining me again is my good friend Jess. Jess, good evening to you.
Good evening, Ryan, and welcome to another EPrix series with 3 groups ready to get some action for us today to see who's going to be the best EPrix driver of today. Of course, 4 tracks that basically the drivers don't know about until obviously when they get revealed on stream, and another round of unpredictability, I guess. So I'm very, very excited.
Indeed, and joining us as well, back again, is good old T-Boy Kravitz as well, and he's just bought the game actually, which is quite good. But T-Boy Kravitz, welcome back to you again.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I was called upon as a commentator because somebody needs to go racing in Group B, isn't that right, Jess? But that's later.
Yeah, that's later on.
Indeed, and
the first time set up this kind of
and also we have a very special guest with us today. He is the steward for the EPrix series today, and also man who is going to be keeping an eye on penalties. It's Mark as well. Hello, Mark. But he's very camera shy. He's very shy, chat. So we'll leave him there. So let's take you through the rules very quickly for anybody who's new to the series. So we've got 50 drivers taking part in this event today. We've got 3 racers, 25% racers, 1-shot qualifying, open setups, no safety car, and custom weather, with the top 6 qualifying for the final, which is the usual league race, which I think a lot of you will know by now. 50% race, qualifying, open setup, safety car, and custom weather. But as Jess mentioned, there's 4 tracks that are going to be selected, which the drivers are not aware of. This was made last minute, literally 10 minutes ago. We finalised the tracks. So we've got Group A ready, Jess and T-Boy. Have you got any idea what the drivers will be going to? Have you got a little feeling, you know, what they might expect?
Well,
Should we put them out of their misery?
Yeah, I think we should actually. We finished in Europe last time about in Zandvoort, and for the first track we are going to start off in Europe once again, and it's Miss Formula 1's favourite track. It is Sochi. It's Russia.
Hey.
This is Sochi. It's one of the most popular tracks like the community have wanted me to race on. So I'm going to give you guys the track that you've always wanted. So it is Russia. So everyone can ready up now in Group A, please. That'll be fantastic. We've also got some new members as well from a certain Discord community here as well. So hello from the Discord community. I know who you are.
Is it possible to invite me to the server, or is it a bit like that?
What?
Huh? You mean the game?
In the game, you know what I mean. Can I
Oh.
invite? Or is it too late? I can just...
We can try and get you in, but I
will try and get you in, T-Boy. It's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we'll actually wait. Jess, we'll get him in qualifying, obviously, because then he can be a spectator. So it's a dub.
Yeah.
It's a dub, so it's fine.
Well, you
So
got an
Group
invite.
Group A then, everyone, is going to be... I have to say as well, I forgot to mention this, all 3 groups in this are competitive. It is open in all 3 groups, which we never say a lot in these EPrix series, and it's going to be a tasty one. So if you are new to this, you're in for a treat. That's all I'm going to say, because it is going to be a banger of a race today. And yeah, Group A is going to be interesting. Matty, welcome to the channel. Welcome, and we are ready to go. So let me see if this works, and you guys can see the game. Hopefully you can. It'll be great if you did. So you can let me know in chat. That'll be all good, because I did have some issues last week, or like 2 weeks ago when we did this as well. And Jess, anyone stands out for you in Group A?
I've got.
Oh, we have a black screen. Okay, give you a second, chat.
I've got to say,
Jess, take them through.
I've got to say, whilst Ryan sorts out his black screen, I've got to
There
say,
we go, done.
There we go. I would say Michael Lander, who won the last one, he was looking pretty quick again, but he was a bit late to the lobby, but he's joined finally. So I think he's going to be quick. Jay as well was looking very, very impressive. He actually got crowned the IRL champion last night in USA, so he's going to keep this momentum going for that. And I think White Storm as well, but we can't count out other people as well. So we've got Lepson, Danny, Alex F0041, Deadly Flume, Miss Formula 1, Jay, Avalanche, White Storm, Phoenix, Scars, and I can't remember who else was in. Marquez, WG Plays, and I'm probably missing someone, but there we go. Those are your drivers, everybody.
Indeed. We're going to watch the man who I believe is one to keep an eye on is Jay, as he starts his lap then going down in the Williams today. The drivers have got the luxury of whatever car they want to choose, so be on there. And as well, Jess, the defending champion, who is going, I believe, for his 4th E-Prix win, Michael Lander.
Yeah, Michael Lander's chosen a racing point there as well. I was a bit shocked that he was going for the racing point. I thought he would have gone for another car, but Jay, I think he's done the right thing choosing the Williams. He's last in the pit order. He won't get hold up as much anyway. And yeah, you're now going to be approaching one of the other heavy braking zones coming up. This is another right-hander here to the left a little bit, and it would help if I get my telemetry up so I know what gears they go onto. There we go. So we're going towards turn 3 now. No, not turn 3, 3rd gear at the moment. A little bit squirmy on exit, but you got the DRS wide open. It is very, very common to lock up just as you head towards turn 13, which is another, well, it's a left-hander, then it's a right-hander. And then you'll be braking once again, moving to the right a little bit. He's looking very quick so far. He's second. He's just been beaten by Michael Lander though as well. This is a common corner to run out of room actually. A few people spin around here. You almost hit the wall there. That was close, Jay. But anyway, a few corners to go. Let's see what time Jay is going to be setting. Can he find enough time to beat Michael Lander? 6 tenths slower than Michael Lander, but our reigning champion of the E-Prix series, Michael Lander, is on pole with Scars in 3rd place, Phoenix 4th, Marquez 5th, 84 6th, Miss Formula 1 doing well in 7th in her favourite track, of course, and Deadly Flew in 8th. Everybody else has got disqualified and had invalidated laps.
I was going to say, I suppose it is quite easy to corner cut around here, and that's something we're going to have to look for in the race as well. How many people are going to be getting corner cut penalties? It could be a race of just who finishes where and then add on time pens.
Indeed. So I just want to give a quick shout out to a few people because obviously my notification is not working because a lot of people were expecting GGs in the on the broadcast, so something went wrong with that. So Carla, I think it is, Kirsten and Matthew, all thank you for the follows, and also Phoenix for resubscribing for 8 months to the channel. So GGs to use as well. So only 14 drivers. This one, by the way, is the shortest grid out of the 3 today because we did have a few dropouts who didn't sign up basically for the lobby, so they've all gone. But it gives Jess that opportunity for some of these drivers with only 14 to get into the final. It's their best shot.
Yeah, it is definitely. Only 6 drivers can make it, and a few drivers were very, very close indeed. And Russia's one of those tracks, really, where it could be anyone's game in terms of the strategy. And it is nice and sunny at the moment, but we never know. Things could all change. And T-Boy, any signs of what the weather could do to the drivers today in Russia?
Well, like you said, it is nice and sunny here at the moment, but we are right on the Black Sea, and it wouldn't surprise me if maybe some clouds move in, maybe even a little bit of rain, but we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Indeed, indeed. So, chat, your predictions for the race. Who out of the 6 will qualify? You don't have to say Michael Lander. We know he's probably going to qualify, but who do you think is going to be like the interesting one to qualify? The surprise package. Will Miss Formula 1 be only the 2nd female to qualify for the final, as fellow commentator Jess was the very first one to qualify? Will she get in is the question. But let me know your thoughts in the chat right now. But Jess, strategy then for this one. We know it's a one stop, we know this, but will we see anyone maybe with these conditions at the minute being sunny maybe go for soft hard instead of soft medium?
Oh, it's a really tough one. Most of these tracks can offer soft to medium strategy, but Russia is not as bad on tyre life anyway, so I would see probably a few people go soft to mediums, but if they get damaged, soft to hards could be a viable strategy for some of the drivers as well. So if you do get damage in lap 1, that doesn't mean that your race is over with such a short grid that we have. So don't give up if you have damage on lap 1, because you still can qualify if you have problems.
Indeed, and anyway, if you want to sign up for the E-Prix, by the way, you can do. We haven't announced the next one yet because it will probably be somewhere mid-December is where I'm thinking of. It'll be a bit of a Christmassy special one as well, maybe for charity. So we will try and do a charity broadcast this one for the E-Prix and maybe bring in some familiar guests some content creators involved, hopefully in the next one as well, maybe for charity. So we'll see how we go on there. It will be for Mind charity because it is very close. But yes, it will be a Christmas E-Pre-Ak, as I am thinking about doing a Christmas E-Pre. Would be quite good as well. So you may see me in a Santa costume. You never know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on, T-Boy. What have you got for us?
Microlander bolted on the formation map, and he's going to be sitting on the grid for a long time, waiting for everyone to come around. His tyres are going to be stone cold by the time we actually get lights out. I think Microlander is going to be bolted down on the start. I think he's going to get jumped.
We'll have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see. Is everyone Father Christmas, Father Ryan at Christmas? Of course, you know, it would like to see that scene, wouldn't you? On camera scene right now.
I would.
As well. Happy to know Mark is back as well. He's back to give us some stewards inquiries, and we'll talk to him in a bit because there may be some carnage into turn 1. But here we go then. It is the first race. Camera's not.
Is Ryan's mic cut off? I can't hear Ryan.
Ryan's gone, it's lights out and away we go as we charge down towards turn 1. Microlander in the lead, James side by side with the Alfa Romeo. They try to squeeze through. Microlander leads, Jay in second, Scars in third, Phoenix fourth. There's a yellow flag further back from the Red Bull. Lepson has gone spinning, works at the back there.
I think I'd like to call Lepson Bottleson there, as he's already got damage. Yeah, he has as well, so he's already dropped way off the order, but...
Yeah, there's a guy side by side there, that's Phoenix side by side with Scars a bit further back. They go side by side through the corner, they're not touching, keep giving each other plenty of space. It looks like Phoenix has got the position, but Scar's going to go for the cutback.
Yep, Scar's doing very, very well, and outside of there as well as 84 in the McLaren, of course. Deadly Flew, the only one in the top 6 to go on the medium tyres. As we got someone that spun, that's Avalanche, I think, as well. Another Ferrari. Ferrari's not doing well in real life, and they're not doing well here either.
He's got damage on his front wing as well, as we can see the AWS tyre graphics there. And Microlander, Jay goes for moving Microlander. Jay takes the lead of the race, but Jay almost loses the rear end there. Microlander going to be looking for a move past. They've already got a second gap over third place Phoenix. They've just bolted those two, and it's just going to be a battle between them to see who will win this EP.
My back. Commentators on my back.
Yeah, you're back.
I am back, yes. So, bit of a technical calamity. I had a hotkey from when I did iRacing last week where it mutes myself, so apologies there.
So, what's going on?
Yeah, it's just like...
So, thank you, chat, and also thank you to you two for letting me know as well. Mark as well, big shout out to her. As we see a change of lead right now, I think, as Michaelan's going to take the lead. So already, we're seeing people in the pit lane.
Yeah, we had a couple of incidents, a couple of spinners. Avalanche lost his front wing on a spin. I don't know what happened to Alex or Mark cares, but Jay leads, Microlander, Phoenix, Scars, 84.
As we see Alex there, going on to another set of soft tyres. That's a very... interesting call there from the Alfa Romeo, and Alex was one of the bookies to qualify easily, not having the best of starts today as well, and he's down back into last place. So we're seeing already some interesting names in the top 6. Of course, we know the top 2 will obviously most likely will qualify, but one man to keep an eye on, Phoenix, has made a good start off the line up to 3rd position. A fellow Twitch streamer as well in the F1 community, and looking pretty good as well.
Yeah, he is very surprising indeed as well. I had a feeling he would do a lot of practice for this, and he has. And I think he was very happy when it was revealed that Rush was one of the tracks. He's using quite a lot of ERS earlier on as well, so he's got to save a little bit because it's really hard to charge him, Russia, as I found out when I was doing practice earlier on in the week. So hopefully Phoenix doesn't do an Albon or anything like that and uses most of his ERS, but he's saving a bit more now, which is good. He's saving it in the corners because... it's just too easy just to use too much in the opening few laps, but it's a 25% race, not a 5-lapper. They got to manage it wisely, and I think Phoenix has just learnt his laurels there and just saving a little bit there. He probably can read our minds, Ryan.
But he did, as Jay is off his way. He's half a second clear of Michelin, did get the fastest lap as well. We're watching 84 in the McLaren, which I know a lot of people will be very happy to see a McLaren on the screen right now because there's a few McLaren fans in the chat. You know who you are right there, and looking pretty good in P5, I've got to say, and holding up a man, a veteran of the EPrix series, and a good friend of mine actually from AOR days, Whitestorm, who's looking pretty good there in P6. But the man to keep an eye on, I think, Jess, is Deadly Flew on the medium compound tyre in P7. Yes, he's got a penalty at the minute for corner cutting, but we know Russia is well known for corner cuts and penalties, so it's going to be very interesting come the end of the race if he's going to be in qualifying at this point.
Yeah, I think a few of these guys are getting close as well, as we got Avalanche trying to get, well, he was actually trying to defend past Alex, but unfortunately Avalanche got a time penalty there as well. But I think Russia's one of those tracks where it's time penalty central. If you get a penalty, you're going to lose time. White Storm and 84 going for a move into the DRS zone as well. And I think White Storm just about had it, but I think 84 could get the cut back. No, he does not. He stays behind. But yeah, White Storm, fantastic.
Ooh, flew there. On board with him, nearly the wall after that long straight. He was very, very close to hitting that and his race being over. But that's going to bring WG Plays also on the medium tyres into the mix again in the McLaren. And there goes a spin. That's Flew. Flew round and has got damage on his front end of the car. You can see it there.
Careful.
That's a disaster for the Red Bull, but it will help out WG Plays, who is hitting Jess. That is very interesting for the McLaren driver right there.
I thought he would do a buying strategy if you're on the sauce, but on the mediums, that's a bit too risky, I've got to say. But Deadly Flu's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, and he's out of the race, unfortunately. He's given up.
Yeah, bit disastrous for another veteran, really, of the series. And
Michael Lander looked up, almost went into the back of Jay there. Sorry, Michael Lander almost took out Jay. That would have been massive if that had happened.
That would have been a disaster. But one thing I would like to add on to WD Plays, these softs can go long. I have done this before in a 25% race. They can go long, but the question is, can he do 10 laps on softs? It's very bold, but could be good for the McLaren driver at the minute. And for the female fans, Miss Formula 1 up into P7, Jess. Really good performance so far from her.
Miss Formula 1 has got a team of engineers helping her out as well, and she's known not for getting many penalties, if not at all. So if any other of the drivers get penalties around her, that this could be a shot in actually making it into the finals. And I know I'm not meant to show bias in the streams, but I kind of want her to get through. So she is pushing on, and she's doing really, really well. Her pace has been absolutely fantastic today with consistent lap times across the board.
Indeed. Now we're watching a battle for P8. Lepson versus the meme himself, Danny Bot in the EPrix series. You may remember the whole Danny Bot controversy at Silverstone, where he qualified, well, his bot did. His bot qualified for him in Silverstone on the last F1 game, which was quite funny. So,
Micro's going for the lead, Ryan. Micro side by side with Jay for the lead, going down into turn 1. Micro Lander going to take the lead back here in Russia.
Yeah.
There we are, and there we go. So we're going to now bring in our steward, Mark. Mark, any penalties to report to us or any investigations pending?
Regarding Avalanche and Alex doing a pit lane entry will be investigated, as is dangerous to... You can get a penalty if they shunt you, so you go quicker than the required speed limit is. So we'll be investigating that after the race.
Ooh, end of the race vibes. We love that here on the EPrix series broadcast. We love it.
Yes.
We love it. But yes, also shout out to Toon Fan, Joe Brown, and Nicole for following as well. Welcome to the three of you to the paddock. Hope you're sitting comfortably, getting your popcorn, and enjoying this broadcast, hopefully, and rooting for. Obviously, you can vote for any driver you want, of course, but the team specifically, maybe. But the top two are putting away a little bit now from Phoenix. He's sitting comfortably in P3 at the minute as he comes in to this very difficult last sector, Jess. Very technical and very difficult, especially this corner coming up here. This left-right chicane corner, which is a bit very interesting with elevation, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I like about Russia, the elevation changes as well, and it just makes it harder for the drivers to negotiate corners there as well, and it definitely does a lot on your tyres as well. You've got to manage your tyres at that point as well. Michael Landers brought up the gap from 4 tenths to around about 8 tenths, so he's managing to find some pace on Jay right now. Unless Jay can find some pace into this corner with his DRS, which he's brought the gap down into 6 tenths. I won't be surprised if it's a ding-dong battle between these two, but I can see the clouds starting to thicken just quite a little bit. There's quite dark clouds there as well, so I think we could see maybe changeable conditions on the horizon. We never know.
Indeed, change of position, potentially go up here. We've got Scars versus Phoenix for P3 for that final step on the podium in the first race. And I've got to say, only 2 penalties as well from this race, which I'm quite surprised already. Well, I say that, it's now 3 with Phoenix. And also Microlander.
Ryan, commentator's curse.
Yep, commentator's curse is back, chat. You know me, I like to do it right now. Group B, indeed, I like to say that. Group B drivers, you are getting your invites now by Ben, who is going to be hosting Group B, which is going to be very interesting, is what I'm going to say, and no, nothing more on that. So if you just joined and don't know what is going to be happening, the drivers are unaware of what race it's going to be. I have the power to decide what the race is. It could be last minute again. I may change it. You never know. I may switch things up a bit. It could be Monaco, then it could be Abu Dhabi. You never know what it's going to be. But you're going to have to wait and find out. But it'd be good to see what you guys think it's going to be in the chat, of course. And our race leader is in the pits, Jess.
Yep, doing the undercut, I would say, on Jay up front. I thought Jay would be doing exactly the opposite, but Michael Lander is jumping the gun, and I think the undercut is very powerful in this game, so that could be the strategy of dreams for the Racing Point driver as he goes on to the medium tyres. Soft to mediums is going to be, I think, the preferred strategy for everyone in this Russian Grand Prix today. So there he comes out. He's got to negotiate traffic throughout his stint, so the next few laps have got to be very, very important if he wants to remain ahead of Jay as well. But meanwhile, Phoenix is looking quite good on the back of Scars right now. This could be another good battle as well.
That's all the Ferrari engine power cars. This should be very juicy, of course. And Phoenix seems to have used... Well, actually, both of them have got, well, roughly the same ERS usage at the minute. Scars slightly better at 26 compared to Phoenix right now. There are battles on... Yes, Mark, okay. Okay, Steward Man, I'll remember that this time around, don't worry. Right there, but the closest battle we've got on track is this one for P2 right now. Obviously, this isn't net P2, it'll be probably net P3 and P4.
We got a battle between P10 and, someone almost went off there, but Alex going for a move there on the inside of Danny. Wow, what a move from the Alpha. I know it's not for a qualifying position, but my oh my, that's still good, and that can still make a difference. He's got 0 penalties. This could jump him way up the order, so well done to Alex. But yeah, let's jump back to P2 and P3. Sorry about that, Ryan.
Alright, we've got race leader Jay coming into the pits right now, so he is reacting to Michael Lander, but the question is the overcut going to work, or is it the undercut that's going to work? So chat, let me know. Is it...
Guys in, Phoenix in, everyone's coming in.
It's 84 doesn't know. 84 stays out.
And so's Whitestorm as well. Whitestorm has stayed out as well. He's carried on, as these cooler conditions will help a few drivers out maybe to go a little bit longer and try and pull that overcut potentially.
Miss Formula's in as well. And does Alex go in as well? We'll have to wait and see. But literally almost everybody that was on the softs is going in now, except for the people that pitted quite early, like Alex, for example, and WG Plays. So that is interesting.
I think for Alex, he did pit at the end of lap 1 for a new wing, so he's going to try and go right to the end, pit lap 12 maybe, get mediums on for 1 lap, and hopefully just absolutely go scenario 7 mode on some of these drivers and get into that qualifying spot. It's his only shot of qualifying, but it doesn't look likely with the gap only about 7 seconds to the next guy ahead, which is WG Plays. But again, penalties could play a factor later on. Yeah,
which I'm excited about. I mean, like, you don't want to be getting penalties in Russia, I've got to say right now. But yeah, Michael Lander did the strategy right. I thought the undercut was going to work, and it did. And he's trying to catch up to the traffic. The softs are not the best tyre to be on right now if you've been on for the whole race. So Whitestorm and 84, they got to be thinking about going into the pits right now as Marquez goes past Formula 1 for P11.
Indeed, so we're on board back with the black Mercedes, of course, of Whitestorm as Alex gets another penalty. I think that's probably cemented. He won't be qualifying with 2 penalties already, as our race leader is coming in right now, and I'm pretty sure 84 will continue to do the same right now. And actually, speak of the devil, he's coming in right now as he just got overtaken by Michael Lander. So this could be close, actually, I think, between 84, WG Plays, Alex, maybe. We'll have to wait and see, but a very late call from these drivers right now to pit this late in the race with only 5 laps to go.
Also, just to note, Danny has yet to pit. I think he'll be pitting this lap as well. I'd be surprised if he isn't.
Wow.
We'll wait and see. And on to out of the pits he goes, 84 for the McLaren team on those medium compounds. We've got him P7, and I think everybody's now pitted, I believe.
Danny
so
goes out again. Danny still hasn't pitted. When's he going to pit from those mediums?
I think he pitted early though, T-Boy. He's been on
yeah, he pitted early. He had damage.
Sorry, okay,
and he's probably going to box next lap for the softs, unless Jeff has told him to do that, so he might stay out probably.
I've got a glitch on my end, says he hasn't made a pit stop yet for some reason.
That's
Wait,
very
let me
strange.
have a look. No, he hasn't made a pit stop my end either.
It says he's done 8 laps on those mediums. and
Yep,
made a
he's
pit
done 8
stop.
laps on those mediums, so
But
he
Well,
hasn't made a stop.
What is he doing? What was the plan there?
Very bold. This is a very interesting call that I've got to say from Danny. I wouldn't have expected him to think about that one, but we can see a few people. 84 could be in with a sniff, I would say. White Storm is going to probably jump ahead of Phoenix and WG Plays with their penalties. Michael's not going to win the race, which is going to be interesting unless he can pull 5 seconds away from Jay with his corner cut penalties, of course, which is going to be implemented at the end of the race. But I think it's calmed down a little bit right now on track, and not really any battles we got, apart from one maybe, which is between Danny and Avalanche for P9, as Danny's got the DRS, Jess.
Well, looks like Danny's doing very well to try and catch up to Avalanche again, actually, as well. But you can see Avalanche trying his best to pull away as well. So don't forget, the game will disqualify Danny if he does not pit. So, you know, going on to the softs a few laps early, I think would have been the best option. Even pitting the same time as the soft runners going on to the mediums wouldn't have been that bad either, due to the fact that mediums and softs is pretty good around Russia, but it may be due to, I don't know. He's coming into the pits. He's not getting disqualified. Yay!
But he will go for fastest lap. I think he wants to take that glory and do a scenario 7 moment as always. But
He should come out ahead of Lepson. Lepson is very far behind, so he'll come out where he is in P12.
well, next battle we've got Scars versus Phoenix, round 2. Ding, ding, ding. Here we go once again. Right now, 2 Ferrari powered cars next to each other, but also lurking slightly behind, 2 seconds away, is that McLaren of WG Plays, and could maybe spring a surprise. He is on the soft compound tyre, and definitely want to keep an eye on.
Yep, he is. WG Plays has qualified for many EPrix in the past, but he wants to do it again as well. And White Storm is just on that bubble as well, but he should make it with no penalty. So as long as he keeps it clean, then he should be absolutely fine on making it into the finals as well. But Alex could still make it in there depending on his penalties as well. There's more penalties right now, and Avalanche is the one with the worst penalties, 6 seconds. Everybody else that's got penalties has got 3 seconds worth of penalties, so that is going to be very, very intriguing to say the least. But you know, we'll find out at the end who's going to make it through. But it looks like we know definitely the top 3 who's going to qualify, but we don't know who from then on is going to qualify. It's that open, so we'll have to wait and see as it develops. 2 more laps to go. It's hammer time.
It's 3 laps to go, Jess.
3 laps, sorry. Oh,
God, it's been a long start to the weekend. We can put it down to that. So it's all good, Jess. Don't worry. But it's going to be interesting though to see who's going to qualify. One man we thought was going to be out of it, Alex, is now on the back of Whitestone for P6. If he can get past Whitestone quickly,
driver of the day if he gets that.
He may have a sniff of qualifying if he gets past Whitestone quickly. He's got guys
got a
ahead.
penalty though, and White Storm doesn't.
Exactly. However, the guys ahead will also be Alex with a very wide line there. He's pushing the boundaries of this Sochi circuit. Not one of my favourite tracks, and again runs very wide out of that corner. He's on the counter of being given a penalty, and there's another one. Jess Scars now has a penalty for corner cutting, and that may put a little bit of pressure on the likes of Scars, Phoenix, and WG Players, because if they keep racking up penalties, the likes of maybe Marquez, maybe Alex as well, maybe... Oh, he's got a pit as well, I've just realised, Jess, so he's going to be ruled out of this anyway.
You hyped me up, Ryan.
No,
I was hyping him up.
It's just, will he make it on those tyres?
He won't though, because he is on softs again, so he's got...
mediums. On my screen, he's on...
Well, what are you talking about?
I'm looking at the wrong person. Yeah, no, he will have to pit again. Alex won't make it. Why did he go into softs then?
He will.
He won't. He's going to be disqualified here, I think, very shortly, I believe. So.
Oh yeah, because he started on the soft, didn't he? So Alex
did, so.
pit.
No, he started on the mediums. Alex did start on the mediums. According to the race director, he went mediums to softs on that too.
Oh, he did. Okay,
Oh.
so.
Sorry,
We may have.
bottle moment. Get some bottles in for me and Ryan, good luck, folks.
Michael
with a penalty. So Jay, I think, is going to win this race, most likely.
Micro had pulled out a 5-second lead, but he's just gone and thrown it all away again. So unless Jay does something stupid, Jay will be the winner here in Sochi.
He will, and he'll take first blood, and he's been clean all race. I mean, let's just say he's definitely going to be hyping himself up for the final. which will be in about an hour's time, roughly. But give or take, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything will go swimmingly well, of course. But Jay's been pretty good consistently on pace. He's not really been aggressive. He's been fine. As Alex gets another penalty, which I think is kind of definitely now cost him a place in the final for sure. But look how close it is. 5th downwards to 7th is like 6 tenths away from each other. If these collide with each other, it may bring in 84 and Avalanche into the fray potentially for the last lap.
Yeah, indeed. So it is anyone's game. That's the exciting thing about it. We saw that in the Mexico Racing Group A as well, where we saw that anything could happen, and we even saw Dirk Schottler qualify as well. But for those of you that are wondering where Dirk Schottler is, he's in Group C. So you have to wait just a little bit longer for him. But yeah, he's probably practicing the tracks he thinks is going to be now. But we're on the final lap. Michael Lander leads, but he's not going to be the winner because he's got 6 seconds worth of penalty. So it's Jay that's going to be winning so far. Anyone that's in danger of probably losing their spot, probably the ones with penalties. White Storm, I think, is going to make it as well. So I think we know it's going to be Michael Lander, Jay, and White Storm.
No penalties.
He's 1 tenth behind WG Plays.
And Alex might be looking for a move around the long right hand. He's going to go on the outside. Is White Storm around WG Plays? No, he can't quite make the move there. Is he going to go down the inside? He does. And White Storm side by side WG Plays, and he doesn't overtake him. And now here comes
Alex. Alex is going to go for a brave move. Yeah. Look at that. GG to Alex there. Even though he's probably not going to make it, but he's showing that he's definitely putting on a show here today for everybody. I've just got to say, good comeback drive for him, even if he does not qualify. Bravo to him. But yeah, I think he's made the alternate strategy work, as we thought we saw WG Play slow down a little bit. Alex has caught up again.
He has indeed. I don't want to leave this battle because we know Michael Lander's about to cross the line very shortly, but we'll have to keep on this battle. So we know Michael Lander's going to win the race, of course, but
Jay's going to win the race. Michael Lander's on lines. Oh, Alex has gone. He's gone into the wall.
That may be a little stewards inquiry post-race potentially, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one right there. But
Jay wins. Michael Lander second. Guys will come across the line any second now. Phoenix
close.
Right on his tail.
Scars! That was close.
Phoenix.
But who's gonna qualify here? Is it gonna be Played? It's gonna be White Storm.
Due to Alex's penalties, it is WG Plays that qualifies for the final. For now.
Provisionally.
How many?
84. Is he? No. Yeah. So provisionally provisionally Jay, Michael Lander, Scars, Phoenix, White Storm, and WG Plays are in the final.
For now.
I said provisionally, Ryan. I said provisionally.
Provisionally. So all those who are in, don't think you're in just yet, because there are stewards inquiries. We've got an investigation in, of course, for that last lap incident between Alex and WG Plays and also White Storm for the 3 drivers. So we'll wait and see what's going to come out of that. So I would.
We got a battle for Lepson and Danny for coming towards the
fight for the silver spoon.
Fight for not being last.
Here we go. So who's going to win out of this one then? We'll wait and see, as it's going to be Lepson just about there.
Yeah, Lepson is going to make it on penalties. Yeah.
And he has. We got a lovely view of the chase cam on the game, which I didn't even know we could have. So that's exciting, isn't it? So we like to see that.
Who gets driver of the day in game? White Storm.
That was a great job by him.
There we go. Right, I shouldn't have the issue now with the. I couldn't change the cockpit, so or any camera angles. I had to keep it on spectator normally because basically Discord would automatically mute my microphone, so that will be all sorted right now. So there is one incident being under investigation, but P1 to P4 is probably safe, I would say, for now. So there's the podium anyway.
And P2 maybe as well?
Maybe, potentially. We'll wait and see. But I would keep an eye on Discord, and then we'll announce who is in. But there's your top 6 actually provisionally qualifying. Jay, clean driver of the day with no penalties, which is and also White Storm as well. So they get the clean X award for this one. So congratulations to those two. Mike Lander with 9 seconds, which I never thought I'd ever say because I know how clean he is normally. Scars making his return to the series in P3, so he qualifies first time out. So GG to him.
Oh no, I think he qualified last time as well, Ryan.
Well, this is what happens when I go away for 2 weeks from the E3. So yeah,
Ryan's a bit dopey today.
yeah, I am a bit dopey today. White Storm in 5th place. WG plays provisionally P6, but obviously there is another investigation going on, so we'll keep an eye on that. But even with 5 seconds, he will still be in by only 3 attempts. So we'll wait and see what the stewards will say with that one. Alex just misses out with a very bold strategy he did in that race. To go 10 laps on softs to the end is pretty impressive. So he gets at least the driver of the day vote for me, I think, considering where he was. 84 in 8th. Avalanche in 9th, and Marquez in the top 10. And then the rest of the field you can see on your screen as well, with Deadly Flu being the only retirement in this race. So GG's to everyone else who survived that one.
Yeah, it was very good indeed for more drivers as well. Only one retirement, and I've got to say good luck to the top 6 provisionally for the finals. It's going to be a really, really good one as well. But we have to wait and see what the other 2 groups have in store for us and see which 12 other drivers are going to join them.
And just going through the lineup as it stands right now, we have got Chaddy, Matteo Longay, obviously the brother of Nicholas Longay, Sam Burrick, Martz, Lemmy, Tim, Red Devil, Stanley, Tom Arnold, Atom, Waz UK, and of course the man, Dirt Chocolate, of course. Some interesting names, I would say, in pot right now, so it's going to be very juicy. Mark won't be joining us for the final, so the final race of Group C, as he is actually setting up the final. So, yeah, we won't see him sadly, but a lot of pressure on Dirk right now. I have to say, he qualified just in the last EPrix. Can he go for 2 for 2, T-Boy?
I don't know. It's Dirk. He has some real talent, so it's just going to be a case of I'm going to believe in him, but we've got to see what happens.
So, Jess is back in the booth. Hello, Jess, again.
Hello.
Jess, what happened?
I played the long game on the wets. The rears got into me, and yeah, didn't work out. So,
Hey.
I was, and when I knew my race was over, I was doing my best to help Sig get into the final, and that didn't work either. So,
okay, so the final race then of Group C, the final race reveal. It's a track that is a former EPrix circuit we've done in the past. So there's a clue there. It's a track that we've done in many open lobbies, which has produced some cracking racing, and I thought we'd go to that track once again. It is Austria we're going back to. It's the Red Bull Ring for the final group race of today, and the final is even better than Austria. And that's something I would say. A lot of people will know that Austria is a favourite track of mine.
last minute choice as well from you, Ryan, today.
It was very last minute. I can reveal Suzuka was originally the last race, but I thought I'd change it last minute, and I thought, let's go for something a little bit, juicy. A track that is going to bring some exciting battles, and this one in particular is a good one right there. So, Group C drivers, ready up right now. Let's go.
Woo!
For the final race of the day in groups wise, and then we've got the final afterwards as well, which is going to be very juicy. We'll reveal the last race, I think, once the drivers come through at the end of the race. So, should be juicy. We're going to see if T-Boy's got any news about the weather for the final. So, T-Boy, you got any news for us?
No wet weather, unfortunately. The radar picture's looking pretty clear for the race, which is obviously positive. Austria, very, very high-speed track, so it'll be nice and dry, perfect conditions to go motor racing in.
Definitely. So it's going to be a dry race, it seems, from our weatherman, of course, and be a bit of a sigh of relief for these drivers, considering they just saw carnage in Group B's race with the wet weather at Singapore.
I hate
Jess
you,
included
Ryan.
in this one.
I hate you, Ryan.
It's all right, Jess. It's all right. You know me. Right there. But so interesting one. This one. Any bookies' favourites for this one? And you can't say, you've got to think of someone outside the box who doesn't normally qualify. Anyone that springs to mind who you think could qualify here, T-Boy and Jess?
I'm going to say Dirk is going to qualify again. I have complete faith in Dirk.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go Red Devil.
Very bold. I've got to say as well. And we've got the steward as well. Mark, have you got a prediction for us?
I think Ryan is going to be a safety car.
Oh,
Wow. Okay, that's a bold statement right there. Me being a safety car. That would be great if we had a safety car. That would be lovely. If I can drive the safety car, I could be Bernard Mylander for a race. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't? Or whatever it is. Right there, but off we go then. So we're going to go on board with the Williams of Tom Arnold as...
Huh?
Yes, we
Put your
can.
name back 'cause somebody forgot.
We forgot. Anyway, on board then with Tom Arnold in the Williams, then up the hill he goes, up towards turn 2, which is this corner, but a lot of people don't think it's a corner, but we'll go for this one as turn 2. But strict corner cutting, Jess, we know, is deadly around here at Austria, from my experience, which you well know. So this is going to be the ultimate test for these drivers to qualify without any penalties, which I think could play a factor in this race.
Yeah, I think so as well, and I think we're going to probably see quite a few invalidations too. We saw that in the 2020 EPrix, like the first EPrix of F1 2020 actually as well. So we basically come full circle in a way as well, but we are seeing some names that we're not expecting as well. I did have one other name in mind who is currently doing well, but I didn't want to say because I didn't want to jinx him. But anyway, as Tom Arnold is going through towards just past turn 8 now, heading towards turn 9 and heading into turn 10, a common place for invalidations. He's in 11th right now, and on pole position with a 1:03.3 is Burrick, who did very well in the last EPrix event, and he'll qualify for that one as well. So I think he's a favourite going into this one.
Definitely, and we'll see the rest of the field obviously on your screen right there. Some interesting names. Dirk down there. I'm pretty surprised Dirk is down there on there, but he's just told us in the chat it's tactics. He's thinking tactics here and wanted free choice. So a bit of a good move there from Dirt Chocolate, my good friend from the community and a very good streamer and a good TikToker as well, I would recommend. So if you're a fan of TikTok, go to Dirt Chocolate TDV. I'm just saying, a bit of a cheeky plug for him right there. But some surprising, only one driver, Jess, got disqualified from qualifying. It was Atom. So fully respect the drivers right now for keeping it clean around Austria. Very, very impressive.
Yeah, I think some people were hoping it. Well, probably weren't expecting Austria because we had an EPrix in the past around Austria. So, but a lot of people tend to like it's a driver's favourite. It's in high in the mountains as well, and it's nice and sunny too. I think it's probably going to be one of the best races of the day. I think I can't wait for this.
It is. I think this is going to be possibly one of the most competitive right now of the three, I would say, because I think this one is more open out of the three groups right now. Tim, I know who is very quick, but can be a bit inconsistent, so hopefully he can pull something out of the bag today. Obviously, Dirt, we've mentioned before, qualified in the last EPrix we did, and definitely want to keep an eye on. And also, we've got a debutant as well, with Waz UK joining us, and I would not count him out of this event as well, so definitely keep an eye on as the formation that will go on. Jess, strategy-wise, what would you do in this situation as a driver?
Well, it's nice and sunny at the moment, so we've got quite if I look at the tyre choices here today, I think softs, you could go, the softs can last quite a bit around this track, but the mediums can also last quite a bit around this track as well, so you can stay on the softs for quite, just only a bit of time, maybe lap 4 or lap 5, then you can pick to go on the mediums potentially as well. We could see a lot more undercuts than we've seen in the first race where it was also dry too. So we got to compare it to Russia because that was the only dry running, well, the full dry running race of the session. So yeah, I think soft to mediums pit around lap 4 or 5, I would say. But actually, I was wrong, but ignore that.
So only 2 people on the medium compound tyres right now, you can see. Dirt Chocolate and Lemmy are the only 2 to go alternate to everybody else. But from strategy, which I know very well, the softs can go very long. 10, 11 laps normally. We may see some of the soft runners to go maybe to lap 11. The medium runners, I would probably say lap 7, we'll see them as early in the pit lane. But it all depends really on how good they can manage those tyres, Jess, which will be a massive factor around this very challenging track.
Burke's done exactly the same thing as Microlander did in the first race, where he's already pulling away from everybody else. So that's not going to be good because his tyres will be cold. So, but that didn't affect Microlander's chance of qualifying. But it may get him a bad chance on the starting line because when you go to turn 1, you get blinded by the sun. So it's going to be very, very tight for all 13 drivers. We've only had 13 drivers actually. You did say Group A will be the smallest group. I think this is the smallest group because we had 14 in Group A and Group B and 13 in this group. So, yeah,
definitely,
only a few people.
There's a few, which is a shame really. I would have liked more to come in.
Penalty points for the no-shows, I would say.
I would definitely say that. But here we go then. Final race then of the qualifying stages. And it's lights out and away we go then for the last qualifying race of the PCE Prix tonight, and it's a good start from Burrick. Matteo holds on to P2, and it's going to be close into turn 3 between the two McLarens. I think we've got a spinner at the background there. That, I believe, is Shaddy. He's had a horrific start there in the wall, and that is not what we want to see. I think he's got away with no damage there. He's a very, very lucky man, but he's right at the back of the field. It's a terrible start for the Red Bull man as Dirk overtakes Tom Arnold there for P11. And I think he regained it actually back. So pretty good start from the drivers. Apart from that turn 1 calamities, everyone keeps it clean.
Yep, seems good so far from all the drivers. We've got Matteo 2 tenths behind Waji K, but we also got some more moves heading on as well. Heading towards turn 5, we got Stanley going for a brilliant move here past turn 5 and 6 on Red Devil. We haven't seen much moves in there in the past, but Stanley keeps it clean and together and composed, and he's only 5 tenths behind J Marks as well in P6, so Stanley could be a dark horse here as well, but Red Devil is still not that far behind, so it's far from over for him as well. We got a possible change for the lead there. It's the timing glitch. Okay, that's wrong. Sorry about that.
Glitch. Yep, the good old timing glitch. We always like to see these in the races, but I told you, the man to keep an eye on, debutant, P2 at the minute, Waz UK, looking pretty strong. He's been very quiet over the week as he's been preparing for the EPrix, and he's really impressed me as, there's someone there locking up. Was that Matteo there going very wide at turn 3? And he is still holding on to that position. He's luckily held on to that position there, but Tim, in that Red Bull, very close to the back of Matteo right now. But Matteo, a lucky man there, but the tyres, he's got a massive flat spot on his right front there. That's going to hinder his little bit of grip there for the next couple of laps.
Yeah, I think so as well, and he'll have to pit earlier as well, which is going to be tricky. And Stanley, oh my goodness, it almost was going to be 3 wide there, but Stanley manages to hold it together. Atom somehow is all the way up into P8 for the only driver in Validate, and he is having a really good start so far, actually. Has gained probably the most positions so far, and he could be the one to stay out of trouble to any one of them in front make a mistake. So bear in mind there's going to be corner cutting penalties that may come up very, very soon as well. So the timing glitch comes again as Waz sets the fastest lap already with a 1:05. That is just insane from Waz UK right now, but it's still 8 tenths behind Burritt, which I think is due to the dirty air which is happening right now and not getting much, obviously much slipstream right now. So yeah, Waz is still in second. Burritt still leading the way.
Here. Stanley down the inside. Sorry, just to cut you there, Red Devil. And they keep going. There's a good battle this, but for only P7. But the good news for Mercedes fans right now, Lemmy on the medium tyres up into P6 and is still in that DRS train for the lead of the race. So this is looking good there. As we see a move there on Atom there, overtaking Red Devil for P8. Brilliant move there from the MRL driver from the Misfits Racing League. Looking pretty good. They're still going at it into the next corner. They're still going side by side. The cracking scrabble. This is only for P8 in this race, Jess. Really good stuff here.
Yeah, this is great to see that the midfield are battling as well as obviously the front runners as well, and that's what Austria brings to you. I did say this was going to be the race to watch out for these drivers as well, but these guys may be pushing on their tyres, some of these guys, and that will be a hindrance towards the end of their stint before they go on to the medium striped tyres. Don't forget, people to watch out for on the medium tyres is Dirk Chotler. He'll be on faster tyres towards the end of the race. He'll probably be peeing roughly about the same time. Here comes Sam though, on a move past Tim, heading into turn 3. A heavy late braking move, where we can see Tim almost going for the switch back. He may have wanted to get DRS, so that's why Tim may have gone behind. Has he got DRS though? Yes, he has. But I think he's going to try for the move, but he's a little bit too further behind to make the move. Or maybe, that was close. He could get a run towards the short turn 5, really, to be honest. And there might be a bit of a lad spite at my end, but no harm done. But Sam up into P4, and his chances of qualifying are looking even more good at the moment. But he's got to be careful on penalties. And look at that battle between first and third, Ryan.
It's looking juicy, and I've got to say, for Ben, he'll be delighted to see his little brother's doing pretty well and could qualify as well. So the two brothers could be scrapping away in the final, which we'd love to see, of course. As we have our first penalty, sadly, Jess, of the day in Austria. Atom gets it for corner cutting. Well, I'm pretty impressed with all of them right now, actually. I've got to say that it only took them 5 laps. I would have thought it'd be a bit earlier for some corner cut penalties, but they're all coming in right now. We've got a flurry in now. Chaddy and also Tom's got a penalty. We've got someone off, I believe, at turn 1. Is that Atom who's gone round for a little spinny? Yes, indeed.
Turn 1, I think he just lost it with his tyres there as well. It may got a bit too overheated. I'm not entirely sure. And he was trying to go for a move. It just didn't work out for him. So that is him out of the pecking order. But the race is far from over, as we said, for Atom. Oh, he's struggling so much. I think he's losing a bit of downforce coming just past turn 3. So, yeah, that is a shame. But we still got a few drivers that could make mistakes as well. We're going to watch people pitting in the next few laps or so for the medium compound of tyres. So, as I think we got one person who almost was going to do it, but he tricked me. So, Bo was going to do it, but he changed his mind all of a sudden. So, they're still scrapping it out of the front.
I've got to say, it's very close between all of them right now. We've got an overtake, by the way. Dirt Chocolate ahead of Red Devil now up to P8. And I think someone's in the pit lane. They are indeed. We have Red Devil, the first man to pit Jess off the soft tyre. Very interesting and going very slowly into that pit lane, being very cautious.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to get a speeding penalty, of course, because if you do get a penalty, then there's your chance of qualifying goodbye, really. So, but he could have costed a little bit more time. But here he goes onto the yellow stripe mediums until the end of the Grand Prix. A bit of a long pit stop for him, but that's going to put him ahead of his rivals just for a little bit. I wonder if the undercut's going to work for them as well. And we do have a change of leader. Wad's in the lead with Burke in at second, but Burke's not that far behind. Mateo too as well. We know, I think the top 3 are going to be qualifying, but what about the others as well? I think not many student investigation. Dirk has gone for a move into turn 5 past J-Miles there. Dirk fans will be absolutely delighted there with his great performance. I got to say, he is going to be ever so quick on those soft tyres when he goes into the pit. So he's probably timed his strategy really, really well. And I wonder if he's going to pit very, very soon as well. We'll have to wait and see. As we head to lap number 7, as Boet may line up Waz UK for a move soon. We don't know. Or will Mateo squeeze a move too? We'll have to wait and see. Here comes Boet though. Nope, he was just a little bit too late there. So he's going to try and go for a move towards turn 4, I reckon.
Yeah, I think these 3 are just trying to work together, really, try to pull away. But when they pit, obviously, you've got to think about Lemmy as well. Lemmy's one to keep an eye on. The fastest man on the circuit on the medium tyres, of course, and not that far away from these guys. About 7 seconds covers the top 6 at the minute in this Grand Prix. It's a very close between them, or you can see on the map as well where those drivers are specifically. But not looking too bad for these 3. I would expect one of these to pit maybe, just to maybe cause a little bit of carnage in terms of pit lane. Let's see if anybody's going to make the gun now, or they're going to stay out. Tom Arnold's in the pit lane, of course, and is anybody coming in? Nope. All 3 are staying out, Jess.
What is Sam going? I think Sam. Nope, Sam's not going out either. Tim's staying out. We're just gonna watch to see if Stanley goes in as well. No. So everybody looks like they're staying out. So no one's jumping the guns inside the leading bunch. Remember, we got a move for. We almost had a move for. No, it's a timing glitch. It's not Lemmy leading. Is it Lemmy leading? I don't even know. It's very, very confusing.
No. It's not.
It's a decent from my end, chat. I apologise, but it's very... So Waz in first and Boeck's in second. Here we go. Boeck lining up for a move. No, he had to back off for some reason. He couldn't do it. And interestingly enough, Waz UK is running out of ERS. So if Boeck wants to go for the move, this could be his chance.
He is. He's only got 19% there. The little blink of the light at the back will come on very shortly for him. And that will be a sign for Burke and Mateo to think, okay, we've put pressure on Waz. He's not going to struggle. And speaking of Mateo, he's got a penalty for corner cutting. But at the minute, he's got a gap. And we see someone coming into the pits. Burke's coming in. Looks like to be the first man of the top 3 to make the pit stop. So let's go away from that, because we know he's going to be coming to the pits. We know that. But we'll keep an eye on these guys. Oh, we've got a flurry of people coming in the pit lane. We've got Sam.
We've got a few people not slowing down. That was very, very close between Sam and Tim in the pit lane. Stanley's got a penalty. There's more time penalties happening as well. And if I was Dirk, I would pit next lap, I would say. If you pit next lap, then you should be good, because the softs, they last about 9-10 laps around this circuit. He's probably going to see people that have been on those for almost 9 laps now, and he's going to think, well, I could do this. So he's looking for a move on Stanley as well, which Stanley will have to pit soon too, because otherwise his softs are going to die. So, you know, I think this could hurt Stanley, but fair play to Stanley so far with some brilliant moves.
He has indeed. He's been possibly the standout performance for overtaking in this this race,
Definitely.
and even in the broadcast today as well. But for Dirk, if Stanley doesn't pit now, obviously he has to get past him as quickly as possible. The more time he loses here is going to put a lot of pressure on him at the end of the race to try and claw back on the guys that are pitted behind. As our race leader's in the pits, Waz is in. we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. Lemmy, I think, stays out again, which is quite a surprise. And Stanley does pit, which will release Dirk now to really push now on those medium tyres to get a good in-lap and really push right now as Stanley's in the pits we mentioned before. Burrick carries on and not that far behind Dirt Chocolate right now.
I mean, I'm interested to see the gap between YZK and Burrick, but Burrick, I think gets the undercut, timed it well. The undercut is powerful around Austria, but it's still the gap around about the same as it was before. So, you know, but except the positions would change about. So we could have a really spicy battle on our hands between who's going to win this race, Burrick and YZK. And it's nice to see a debutant doing well in the EPrix series, and it's probably shooken a few drivers out. But I'm watching Burrick's fuel levels. His fuel, he's not managing it well as hers as well. So if he wants to make it to the end, he's got to do a little bit of a saving at some point. Mateo is in as well, pitting a lot later than everybody else. So I wonder why he's doing that.
So one thing I forgot to mention, we have the opportunity to know penalties now on screen, which is great. I didn't even... Mateo's got 3 seconds. Stanley, Red Devil, Markins. Atom's got 6 seconds on with Chaddy, and Tom's got 9. And Tim has now joined the 3-second party as well. So everyone getting some penalties. Of course, I didn't even know we had that feature, so that's quite a cool one. So Codemasters, GG's on that one. I really appreciate you sticking that in for us.
Onto the soft tyres.
Yeah, Dirt Chocolate in. This is his moment now. Is he going to qualify? And Stanley is going to have that big ground jest we mentioned about. If he really pushes now, Tim's in that hot seat right now, and we know Tim.
It's going to be close between Dirk and I think Stanley just goes ahead of Dirk there. Yes, he does as well. But we do know the delta's around about 6 tenths between the softs and the mediums. So Dirk's going to be really, really fast on Stanley right now. But yeah, I think it's going to be tight on who's going to qualify. It may come down to penalties. Fair play to 4 drivers not getting penalties as Atom goes past J-Mouse. J-Mouse had a bit of an off in turn 3. He's not having the best of races, is he?
He isn't. I'm surprised Lemmy is only just pitting now. We can just see on the minimap there, into the pit lane onto the soft tyres. He's left this very late, and this may bite him in the back here, I would have to say. But I believe the fight's going to be, I think, between Lemmy, Dirk, and maybe Tim potentially and Stanley. This is going to get very tasty between those drivers for the end of the race. We know Dirk has got the advantage on the soft tyre. Also, Lemmy's going to have the advantage on the softs as well. But it's going to get very interesting. Let's see where Lemmy comes out. He's just come out of the pit lane and it's come to be clear. And will stay in the qualifying spot. But Dirk, crucially, has got the job done round the outside. What a move from Dirt Chocolate. Take a bow, son. That is a fantastic overtake. Up to P7. But he's got a big task on his hands now. He's got to find nearly 6 seconds to catch up to Lemmy. But Stanley's coming back at him. What a recovery. What a send that was from the Renault. Up back to P7, Jess. What a scrap this is between these two right now.
This is, I think, the battle for the best drivers of the session, I would say. But Lemmy, I think Lemmy did the similar strategy to Dirt Chocolate and is absolutely flying on those soft tyres too. And he's definitely back where he belongs now. So I think everyone's in their correct position. So that's good news. And Stanley has just got another penalty. So that puts him to, let me just have a look, 6 seconds right now. So for the third driver's getting to the 6 second mark, which is not good. Tom Arnold's on 9 seconds worth of penalties as well. And we are seeing another battle for the lead, maybe. Can Waz get it? Oh, Waz is thinking about it again. But he just didn't have the power.
I just wouldn't. I would just stick behind here and solidify your spot in the final. That's what I will be doing. But a lot of these drivers will want to win and just make statements to the drivers who have qualified already to say, look, I'm the fastest in this group. Watch for me. I'll be one to keep an eye on in the final. And that's what I think Waz is trying to do right now. Bit of an unknown from the community. We haven't really seen many of him rated. We've got a spinner behind as well. That's Stanley, I think, has just gone for a spinada, unfortunately. And that's a real shame for him. And his chances are gone. But it does release now Dirt Chocolate to find 9 seconds. Well, realistically, it's 6 seconds because Tim's got that penalty as well, Jess, which could play, we mentioned, a factor. So if Dirt can get to around about 3 seconds, he's in the final, but he's got a lot of work to do now. And with only 5 laps to go, it's going to be a big task on his hands right now.
Yep, it's never say never know in Formula 1. Anything can happen, of course. We've seen in a few EPrix series, penalties could decide something. Here we go, change for the lead once again. YZK decided to go for it. And what a lunge, but Berwick is going to have the DRS, and he's looking pretty fast right now, as Charlie just got another penalty as well. So DRS activated for the Alfa Romeo driver. Ferrari versus Ferrari. We saw that in the Russian E-Prix, and we're seeing it in this one as well, but Waz still is leading the way and is booking his ticket to the final provisionally as of right now.
Indeed, and we need to keep an eye on... He's not, he's P7 on my screen.
Oh.
He's still P7.
Oh.
He's still P7.
Oh,
but,
so where's Lemmy on your screen?
Lemmy is P4. He's overtaken Sam right now.
Oh,
So,
right, yeah, it's glitching on my screen.
the great glitch synchronization right there. But I think this final's going to get very interesting. I've got to say, Waz UK is one, I think, to keep an eye on, along with Burke. And look at this, they're all squabbling away. They get past a lap car, I believe, is Red Devil, I believe that is. Oh, so Williams, that is Tom Arnold there. As Lemmy gets the fastest lap, Jess, which could be very interesting. And maybe he could also maybe be one to keep an eye on, I would say, for the final as well, with the pace he's on at the minute. He's on the charge right now. But Freddie Dirkbrand, he's got the gap down to 7.3 seconds. He is gaining, but he's got to find at least, I would say, 4 seconds in the last 4 laps here. He's got to put a second lap on Tim to qualify. It's going to be close, but if Tim doesn't get another penalty, I think he's going to be fine. But the Alpha Tauri driver is going to be under the pressure, Jess, I would say. Yeah,
I think so as well. I think Tim is worried that there's probably going to be people around that do not have penalties, but as long as he can keep that gap up to a reasonable amount, he should be fine and making it through to the finals. I've got to say, he's in that bubble right now. That driver at risk, as it said.
Oh, Jess, we've got a spinner. Atom's gone round for a spinada, and he's still spinaling. I don't know what he's doing right there.
Similar mistake to what I did in a league race, where I spun in turn 5, a completely different corner. But yeah, I just couldn't get the guards together. His tyres must be roasting. They'll be very cooked, and I think we'll have a little bit of a barbecue chicken on those tyres, I would say, at the end of that one, I have to say. Yeah.
We've got a battle, Jess. Not for any qualifications at the minute, but it's for P8. Stanley, who unfortunately had the spin earlier on with Dirt Chocolate having a fight there, has got another fight on now in his hands. We've got moderated Chaddy now.
For the lead, Ryan.
As we've got a battle. I'm sorry to say, Chaddy, we're going to have to leave you right now. Look at this. They're going side by side, Jess. Going into the middle sector. It's very close between Waz and also Burke right now. Chris, you absolutely...
Look at that. He's going for the move. Oh, he's not.
He's going for it. He's not. He was thinking about that, but my man Chris, the legend himself, the man from Veloce, subscribes again. He's off those wet tyres. He's coming to the pit lane, Jess. He's on those intermediate tyres. Chris, thank you so much, mate. You're an absolute G. And welcome back to Pilot Club, my friend. Love you, mate. Big time.
Mwah.
Right there. But this battle, Jess, for the win. Obviously, these three don't have to really fight for this, but they want to just show for the stream right now, which is great to see. And it gets the move done, Mateo, with a lovely move into turn 1 to take P2 away from Burke. What a move.
I've got to say, this is getting very, very intriguing. But don't forget, Mateo's got that 3-second penalty. So I think they're just fighting for fun right now for P2 at the moment, between Burke and Mateo, of course. Because, yeah, Charlie just got another 3-second penalty. That could affect his race. Look at the gap between Dirk and Tim. 5.7 seconds.
I believe 2.7 seconds in the last lap and a half here. Dirk is going to be absolutely flying right now to qualify. He is going to give it everything. I know how good Dirk is from his open lobbies he has. He is going to be quick. He's already pulled 2 temps, Jess, and that gap is dropping slowly. Is it going to be enough, though, is the biggest question of them all. But at the front of the field, we've got to go back to this battle, Jess. Who's going to win? I'll get your popcorn ready, because this last lap could get very, very spicy right now.
Yeah, indeed. And here we go. We've got Waz UK trying to defend for all its might. This could be a great debut to the E3 lead that we've ever seen as well, with this great battle as well. So we can see all of them going to round about turn 2. You can't really call this turn 2, but that's what the people like to call it. But Mateo will be very, very impressed if he can get this lunge, I've got to say. And Burke now, he's just on the back of this as well, just sitting pretty. I think he's not going to challenge for the move, because he knows he would qualify if he was in this position. Now, I don't know who's going to qualify, because the order is still glitched on my screen, so I'm probably going to rely on you, Ryan.
Hey,
but yeah,
indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. So here we go then. Last sector then for the top 3. Any Dirk fans, he's only got to find 1.9 seconds to qualify as it stands right now, but it's looking unlikely now for the Twitch streamer to qualify. We will wait and see, but at the front of the field, on his debut, I've got to say the standout performance of the qualifiers by a mile. Waz UK is going to win his first race in the EPrix series on debut. What an outstanding performance from him. Burrick gets ahead of Mateo with penalties. Lemmy's going to qualify as well in 4th place, but Sam is going to join his brother in the final with a great performance in 5th place.
Happy.
He's happy. Here comes Tim.
I think it's Tim.
It's Tim for now, but is Dirk going to qualify? We're about to find out now. No.
1.3 seconds.
Oh, poor Dirk. So close.
So close for
so far.
Yeah.
I think he needed one more lap. I think he would have done it. That is a real shame for Dirk, I have to say. He came so close. Right there. Chat, can we get some rips in the chat for Dirk? And some love hearts as well. What a shame for Dirt Chocolate. He came so close. And I think a lot of the chat will be very sad to see. But he put an outstanding performance in, Jess. But just needed that extra lap.
Yeah, if he had one more lap, he would have done it. But there's only 18 laps, I've got to say. But I think drive the day for me, it's got to be Waz for that incredible drive. As well as Dirk as well. And Stanley as well with the great moves earlier on in the race. But yeah, who's going to get drive of the day in game? It is Lemmy, actually.
Lemmy.
But to be honest, he came from near the back of the field and into P4. It was very deserving and books his place in the final. And we now have our 18 drivers that are going to be qualified, well, that are in the final, which is at Track to Be Confirmed Grand Prix.
Yeah, the Track to Be Confirmed Grand Prix as well. But lots of love in the chat for Dirk. Dirk's just popped in as well. Dirk, I love you, mate. You did well.
Get some love hearts for Lando. For Dirk.
Lando? Flipping hell, Jess. What are you on about there? Oh dear,
no,
but
I was supposed to say get your Lando pops in the chat for Dirk.
So if the top 6, by the way, can leave very quickly and get their invites in, that'll be great, as we need a quick process from the final. But the stand-up performance, apart from Waz, of course, is got to be Sam. First time in the final, Jess, is a pretty impressive performance from the young man, I have to say. Really, really impressive.
I think he must have saw his brother in the Singapore EPrix doing so well, and I think he got motivated to do well in this one as well. So your race results, your 6 drivers qualifying to join the other 12 are Waji, K, Burrett, Mateo, Lemmy, Sam, and Tim, with Dirt just missing out there. But yeah, I've got to say a really good drive for more, and I think it looked like only one retirement from this race, so fair play to all the drivers as well. So GG's, and
yeah, I've got to say GG's. I've got to say fair play to the drivers. They've all been pretty good. Ooh, that's the wrong intro screen there. That's a big rip for me. Sorry there, chat. You can see the intro again if you really want to, but
bottle.
Not a bottle. It's fine.
It is
but,
a bottle. Shush.
It's fine. It's fine. But it's time for the final. This is going to get very, very juicy. So chat, what I want you to do is to type in the chat right now. What track do you think is the final? I want you to type in that chat right now. What do you think is the final? It would be very interesting to see what yous all think the track is going to be. Apparently we're at Bahrain Shorts. I think that's a great track for the final, wouldn't you say, Jess?
Well, we are in Bahrain tomorrow. Don't forget. So
that's a very good point. Yes.
So cheeky plug.
It is a cheeky plug, of course. So we're just gonna wait for the invites. You need to get a friend request from Mark basically to get in right now. So there is some interesting tracks being mentioned, Jess. Monaco is one, I have to say, which has been in a former EPrix track. We know this.
Yes.
It's been a former track. Right now, so that could be very interesting. We saw also Silverstone mentioned as well, which we have seen has been a pretty good track in the past, Jess, hasn't it?
Yeah, I enjoyed watching the Silverstone race for the EPrix. That produced some interesting strategies as well, and I hope we do get a great final, because honestly, it's going to be tough to beat the likes of Michael Lander and Jay that are on the top of their game, but we may see some new guys like Waz, for example, be on top of their game too as well. But interesting choice selection of cars, and I think it's we'll just wait. I think we're just waiting for one more driver. I think, or is that everybody? No, one more driver, because we got 17. Because Ryan needs to press spectate.
I know. Dirt Chocolate with the raid, Dirk, my man. Love you, mate. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate that massively. So I'm going to announce something, Jess, as well.
Ooh, what are you going to announce?
So for the first time ever, Discord is going to give me some ideas of tracks. So, for the next EPrix, the Christmas edition of the EPrix series, we may see some classic cars, maybe. You will never know, you're going to have to wait and see. But classics may be returning for the Christmas edition of the EPrix series. And not my Discord, another Discord, Jess, is going to choose the tracks.
I know which one you mean, and I think I know T-Boy does as well.
And T-Boy does as well. They're the only, you two are the only two that know. So, Chloe and Liam, especially, the owners of the Discord, well, Chloe's the owner of the Discord. She is going to decide, along with Liam, the tracks for the drivers. So, if you want to know, you have to pay them to get in, of course.
You need to bribe them, guys. Joking.
Yeah, my PayPal is available.
Yeah. So, I will choose the cars because we may have some classics.
Yes.
Maybe.
Oh, that would be great for the drivers, won't it?
But
think that's everybody.
We're all in. But the track then, the final race of the evening, and it's going to be a classic one. This one, it's a classic track.
I'm looking forward to this one.
I have been waiting to do with the EPrix. Unfortunately, it got cancelled because of my personal stuff that happened on, obviously, with the wedding. So, the track we're going to, Mark, would you do the honours in the lobby right now?
Yeah, Mark knows what it is.
So the track is...
It's in Europe again.
It's in Europe again. The track is...
Drum roll.
The best racing track, in my opinion, in the
I'm waiting for it in the game.
No, Mark.
Mark.
It's not that one, Mark. It's not France.
It's forward card. Congratulations.
No, it's not.
No.
Should we just reveal it?
Should we just
Right,
put the forward card on that mission?
Okay, the track... Okay, you guys on stream. The track is not Mazzano, Superfan. It is Spa.
Spa.
The longest track in Formula 1, arguably the greatest track in the world.
It's Spa-Francorchamps.
There we go, Mark. There we
well
go.
done, Mark.
There you go, Mark. You got it on there. Congratulations.
Why is safety car off?
Ryan, you got Mark.
No.
Mark,
I did speak. I did speak to Mark off camera in that last race. Due to time constraints, sadly, there is no safety car in this race because of time constraints.
Sounds good.
So the drivers have to be very careful now in this last race. Everyone else can ready up now.
Should we go through the line? Should we go through the lineup of all 18 drivers?
I think we will when we get into the session. I think, Jess. We'll wait until qualifying begins. Superfan has a quali ban for this race for his infringement at Singapore. So
reset to track because you're not allowed to do that. The drivers were told.
So if he does, he may be put on the reserve list automatically for disobeying the rules of the stewards. So I think for a track like Spa, though, he may get lucky with this one. I think because it's Mark, have you got some news about the weather for the final? If you're there.
At the moment, I see there is lovely clear weather, but in a far mile distance. Oh, that's the race. Now we have a lot of rain.
Wow.
Ooh, that's interesting. So. Maybe a little spring of surprise right there, and oh, what's this I see on the screen?
Ooh, it's damp.
It's damp conditions for qualifying.
Damp conditions in the Ardennes Forest, folks.
Well, it is typical Spa-Francorchamps. We know this already, so it's a wet start. But Tom says sorry, not sorry. About time, yeah, it's all good, Tom. But yeah, we got snow, Tom. There is reports of snow in the Ardennes Forest, just about 5 miles away. So
hail as well, and sleet and everything. Yeah.
No one's out on track at the moment. It'd be very interesting to see if anyone does go out. Everyone's just sitting in there.
I mean, for the stream purposes, we would like some drivers out. So if anybody's listening, please come out. Oh, I hear an engine.
I hear an engine too. Who is it?
This is reminiscent of the first EPrix race back in China, if you remember.
It's Ferrari.
Months ago.
Oh, Superfan has followed the stewards' rules.
Yeah,
he's retired, so
right.
GG Superfan.
Zakaz going out onto the track. This is very reminiscent of back
Got a
in
Williams
the
as
first
well.
race in China. I remember I was in that race. It was raining during the first part of qualifying. We all just sat in the pits doing nothing until eventually it dried up enough for us to all go out. So it's very similar now.
Indeed. So, Jess, why don't you take us through the field? And maybe give a little talk about each drive if you can, as they go on their outlap, and we'll come back to watching a little little lap from somebody. So take us through the field, Jess, for the final race of tonight's event here in the EPrix series.
Oh, we got 18 drivers raring to go. So we've got Noobidoo, Phoenix, Jack, Alcaz, Jay, Verstappen, Scars, Tim, Whitestorm, Michael. Actually, no, I need to say the cars. Noobidoo in the Mercedes, Phoenix in the Alfa Romeo, Jack in the Racing Point, Alcaz in the Ferrari, Jay in the Renault, Ben in the Red Bull. Well, I'm not really that surprised really about that. Scars in the Alfa Romeo, Tim in the Mercedes, Whitestorm in the Alfa Tauri, Michael Lander in the Red Bull, Matteo in the Williams, Burrick in the Haas, WG Plate is in the McLaren, Waz is in the Haas, Superfan is in the Haas, Malone's in the Racing Point, Sam's in the McLaren, and Lemmy is in the Ferrari, Ryan.
Very good, and this looks going to be very competitive. We've got to see, for the first time in this event, Waz and Burrick and Matteo, obviously, I think were the quickest in the qualifiers, I would say, on raw pace, I would say, very clean, I would say as well. As we're going to go on board with Noobidoo as he heads up the Camel Straight, and we're going to give you guys a bit of a track immersion right now, fan immersion for the rest of this lap. So enjoy the lap, and let me know in chat where you think Noobidoo's going to finish in quad. Give you a little bit of taste of Spa-Francorchamps from on board the Mercedes. Enjoy fan immersion. So we're back then. Obviously, we have our first retirement, Jess, a big one. The McLaren of WG plays in the wall at the top of Radion. That is not a great start to his qualifying, I was saying. He has to sit out for 13 minutes to think about why he spun at the top of the hill.
Yes. So starting the back's not going to be a bad idea. But anyway, we've got a few more people about to finish off there. Now, we've got another casualty as well. Oh, that's someone in the pit lane.
And nobody didn't even set a lap there, so that might have been a big F for me there. I can't lie. Burrick's out as well, and he's crashed at the top of Radion as well, Jess. So Radion not really proving to be anyone's favourite corner right now, as we're going to see where that was at the top of the hill as we've gone back on board with Noobidoo. Where did he lose it, I wonder? But there you can see on the right-hand side there, off on the right-hand side at the top of Radion. So
that was close.
I have to say, the drivers are going to find Eau Rouge and Radion very
We've got another yellow flag. What is going on?
I think that's Gars, who's gone off the circuit there. He has indeed in the Alfa Romeo right there, and he's just trying to get out of the way. We always say that as Matteo gets the first lap on the board with a 1:52.7, as well as Akas comes in with a 55.9, but a lot of these drivers really struggling, Jess, in these conditions.
Yeah, it is. It is, I think, probably the hardest condition to suffer around this track because it can get a bit very slippery, especially around these tight little chicanes as well, and potentially just past Pouon and just past Stabilo as well, and lots of other corners as well. But they got to be careful. Oh, Noobidoo, that was close, my friend. And I think a lot of people seem to lose it towards Paul Frere and Blanchimont as well in these conditions. They can't go full power like in the dry. They've got to keep it together, I've got to say. But it looks like Noobidoo is not doing too bad right now in the Mercedes. Michael Landers on pole with a 1:52.4. Jay's in third, and we're seeing times starting to come through right now. So more people are setting representative lap times. It may get the track maybe getting a bit quicker as we speak.
I think I may have to cut in, Jess. I think you've got a little bit of issue on your end there. I think you're being a bit of a robot as well. So hopefully you can sort that out. So that'll be fantastic. It may just be a little temporary little moment there. So we've got another spinner. T-Boy, I may have to bring you here. Have you got any updates on the weather?
T-Boy had to be BRB for 20 minutes.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. I have got some news to report, Jess. The track, or the weather, is going to improve by the end of qualifying, in the next 5 minutes, it's going to get dry. And the sun may make an appearance as well. So that's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. Is it going to get dry enough for the end of qualifying? But currently, Michael Anders on pole. But his closest rival, Matteo, only 3 tenths behind. And looking like he's done a good lap here, Jess.
Yep, he is. I'm trying to sort out my internet. So I think I had Chrome open on at the same time, but I'm not entirely sure. Or it might just be Discord having a bit of a moment. It has been playing up today. So we do apologise. There's a few people going into the pits. But yeah, it's already getting better already by... I can hardly see any raindrops, so it might just be my game. But yeah, it's just spray on the track now by the looks of things. It's really damp. So they can't go in for the softs yet. But I think a lot of these guys will be watching the deltas in the pit lane.
Definitely, as we're seeing Matteo now down the Camel Straight. You can see, Jess, it's already stopped raining on the Camel Straight. So this may be the sign that a lot of drivers will be thinking, you know what, we may have to try a bit of a cheeky gamble on dry tyres maybe, but it's going to play a factor as well in the race. We don't know what the weather's going to be. Well, I know what the weather's going to be for the final, for the race actually in particular. So whatever tyres they go on, for the end of qualifying, it's going to be a massive factor. Matteo just loses the back end there, trying to get on the power, and just lights those rears up and goes for a little drift there through that last bit. As we go back on board with Jay, up to P2, Jess.
Yep, here he is. Obviously, the two favourites, Michael Lander versus Jay as well, but Jay has got to find a few tenths on Michael Lander in first place, and if he wants to stand a chance of actually getting on pole position, which He'll be amazed for him to do that as well. But we can see you don't have as much inters as it were dry. So that's why these guys are going for a little bit longer on those intermediate tyres. Maybe they may hint it something going on in the race. As Jay went into the grass. So luckily he just got back on the track just in time, because otherwise that would have been a terrible accident. That could have been curtains. But thank goodness it wasn't curtains. And he's still managing to keep it steady. But he's probably going to go into the pits very soon and just wait. We got another yellow flag. The conditions are just getting so difficult right now. That was, I think, through and just past Le Common and into Brussels, I think it was. Not entirely sure, but there we go.
Definitely there. So Jay really fine those conditions. Matteo is in the pit lane. Waz UK, obviously the debutant today in the event, up in P4 as well against some of the big quick drivers. Another good performance from him in the Haas, of course, only a second off the pace, but of course the track is drying up very quickly, so I am expecting a few dry tyres, and we can see, Jess, Jack and also Ben on the soft and the medium tyres respectively. They're going to go for a bit of a gamble here in the later stage of this qualifying session with 8 minutes to go.
I think if I were them, I'll be switching between the dries and the wet tyres, see which one is the fastest, and then once the delta comes down very quickly, that is when I would make the call to go out onto those dries and go. So that's what a lot of the guys will be doing. I think we will probably see a little bit of quiet in on the track just so people can do that. But they may take the gamble. Some of them may take the gamble. Some people will not. But the only person out on track is Waz and Sam. Sam is still on the intermediate tyres right now. So Sam just getting a feel of what could happen in the race. Obviously, I don't know what the weather's going to be. So that may suggest that there could be some rain threatening tomorrow. Well, technically tomorrow, but it is later on in the broadcast.
In the virtual world,
in
Jess,
the virtual world
away.
It's tomorrow, but in the real world, it's in about 7 minutes' time.
Indeed, and we're seeing as well, the luxury of us, there's loads of people in the pit lane. Obviously, we can see what tyres they select, of course, and we're seeing a mix. Well, the vast majority of people on soft tyres, and only Ben's the only man at the minute to maybe shoot to go onto the medium tyres for qualifying. So maybe he's seeing something about the weather that's going to play a big factor maybe later on in the race. One thing to mention that Jess has been mentioned, no safety car is in this race due to time constraints. So, oh, Sam, don't lose it there, mate, but he's kept it clean.
Oh, my goodness.
He's very lucky. And Jess, we have a legend in the chat right now. We have the great man, that is Badger, has joined us. Hello, Badger. Lovely to have you here. And he's joined at the right time for a cheeky final race as well. So I hope you got your popcorn, Badger. Hope you're in your little enclosure, ready, and not hibernating yet. We're not having your mushrooms right now, and
Ryan,
ready to see your final right now. So we may have some news actually about the EPrix series in particular, Jess. Badger knows of this because I've talked to him about it actually. So maybe give a little tease, maybe in this broadcast, maybe.
Just give a small hint. And just drop a hint somewhere where it's not obvious. Just drop it
One
somewhere.
word, and one word only. Expanding.
Oh, I know
That's
what
all
you
I'm going
mean.
to say.
I know what you mean, Ryan.
That is all I'm going to say right now.
Do you guys know what Ryan means? To put it in chat.
Expanding. I'll let you in chat be imaginative. Create your imagine. Think about this. What does expanding mean to you, would you say? But not many people are on circuit, Jess. We've got Michaelander out there again on intermediate tyres. I think this is a bad call, I've got to say, from Michaelander, because it's about nearly a 2-minute lap here on Inters, but I think he's just getting the dry. I think he's just getting rid of the water off the circuit for the drivers at this point. Unless he's going to just get a feel for the conditions.
DRS
Pit now.
enabled.
Oh, here we go. It's going to get spicy last lap saloon for a lot of these drivers. Like a one-shot quality
What has Tim done? What has Tim done? He's on the Inters. He has made a big mistake.
Michelander's staying out though. Is he doing? He's going to start a lap here as well. He's still at 52. Well, he's at. Yeah, he's just started his lap actually. So that's very interesting, I have to say, for Michaelander. I would have pitted for him, but maybe he's going to box this lap. Maybe abandon the lap he's on and pit for some fresh tyres. But no one out yet on the dries as of yet. A load of people coming in. Scars is in the pits. So only Michealander and a couple of drivers still out there on circuit, I think. Tim and Phoenix out there as well. But we're keeping our Michealander's times here. But he's up by a tenth of a second just in that first sector. Not the fastest overall, though, which is interesting, though.
I do see a yellow flag set to 1 somewhere. It may just be someone almost spinning it in La Sorte. No, it's a Williams, and he didn't bin it. He was just taking his time, I think, because the conditions are just so hard. There's some people still on the intermediate tyres. Phoenix has gone out on the Inters. I think it's just not, some of the track is not dry enough. I know, in especially sector 2, it's absolutely fine. But like sector 1, there's still some spray. And you can see Michealander, I'm on board with him. He's struggling on those intermediate tyres right now. If I was him, I would pit and wait for the right time to go on the softs. And Matteo's going out. He's doing a gamble. He's on the soft tyres.
He is right now. So Matteo is going to be first one out there. Jack's out as well. Onto the pits. Where is he actually? He's up Eau Rouge. I think he's on his out lap. So he's out and away. I think he's going to get 1 lap in. So I think Matteo may get 2 laps in if he's fueled the car for 2 laps. Or he's going to try and just maybe cool these tyres down. Then we'll go into the race, of course. The top 10 will have to start on the tyre that they set in this qualifying session. Ben, surprisingly, has not come out yet. He's still on the medium tyre, but the vast majority, Jess, on the soft tyre.
Ben was on the soft for a second there, and then he went straight onto the mediums again. But maybe he wants to go for the alternate strategy. Maybe he's seeing things that we're not. We don't know, but a majority of people would want to go out more when the track has dried up a bit more, and that's where the track is going to be at its most grippiest. It's near the end, so maybe about 2 minutes 45, I would say, the best time to go out, and then you would probably get your lap in there as well. So they're just waiting for the right moment. That's why they're not taking it too much. Alcaz still fitted the Inters as well as Michealander, so maybe they're going to wait to change that and just a little bit later on, as a few people are struggling right now on those softs. They're just finding it hard to get temperature at the moment.
Here we go then, on board with our man. We're going to be watching Matteo as he starts his lap then, going into La Source then. Brakes very late there. A little bit of oversteer a little bit there on that Williams as he gets a good exit then. Down we go then towards the famous Eau Rouge Radion. Up here he goes and he picks up the speed then. We'll get the DRS as well as it's been enabled. Beautiful line there. Got to be careful of the exit. You will get a corner cut ban on the lap there. So gets the DRS applied then. Down the Camel Straight he goes. Coming into Lacombe very shortly. And it's looking pretty good, Jess, so far.
Yep, it is so far. I mean, he's finding his time on the soft tyres, and a lot of other people are going out as well, but a lot of people are leaving it just a little bit too late. They may not be able to make it. Don't forget, an out lap around here is around about 2 minutes or so. So I think Ben is definitely leaving it about too late, and so is Michealander as well. They probably have to do some corner cutting if they want to make
Jay
it out
as well.
time. And Jay too. Jay's still in the pit, so I think some of them may just... I think for some of these guys, it's definitely too late. For Ben, I think it's too late. and for Jay
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
definitely.
But Mike Rolander, I think he could just about make it if he goes just a little bit faster. But anyway, Matteo is just passing the 002 and into Blanchimont, heading up soon as well. Everyone's out.
I think we've got a time bug, Jess. I think.
Ah, right, okay.
I think we may have a bug on the spectator cam because I think we've got 2 minutes left apparently. And thank you to Bisformwood1 for letting me know that as well. Appreciate it. And also WD Played as well. So there is 2 minutes, so they have got enough time on their hands. So Matteo may get 2 laps in here, I would say. As across the line, we're going to see our first competitive time on the softs. It's a 45. That is a very strong lap, I have to say, from Matteo. But who is going to be next on the radar just across the line? I don't think anyone out there. We've got Jack, actually. As here he comes then. He's got no ERS as well. He's used all of it already. Not really wants it now as he crosses the line. He goes, and he goes to pole position with a 44.6. A good lap there from the Racing Point. And those beers, thanks for the follow as well, mate. And welcome to the pack. And if you haven't already followed, make sure you hit that follow button right now for daily content. And, of course, the EPrix series, your home of the biggest community event on the PC platform right now. So if you want to sign up, !EPrix in the chat as well. Sign-ups for that, by the way, will be going live as early as Monday for the Christmas edition of the EPrix series, which may feature a Santa Ryan in the commentary booth.
And I might get a Santa's jumper on as well for the occasion. But you probably won't be able to see it because I won't be on cam, but, you know.
Of course. But we will be doing it for charity, I think, as well. We're going to be trying to raise money for Mind. We'll probably go for the Mind charity as well. So that will all be arranged, and we really appreciate if you guys could come out and support us on that occasion. So back to Matteo then. Looking pretty quick, I've got to say, Jess, coming into Blanchimont. He could really cause an upset, maybe, on his first appearance of the final. Could be on pole position, maybe.
Yeah, for some of these guys as well. This could be very tense for some of these guys. And a few people have invalidated their lap times. They're not going to make it into qualifying. But anyway, Matteo comes across the line to finish off his lap. And he gets pole position. A 1:42.5 for him. And we've got a few more drivers coming across the line. We've got, I think, Lemmy. No, it's not Lemmy. It's the other Ferrari of Alcaz. He comes across the line. Now, he ran out of deployment of overtake. Of ERS deployment. So that puts him in P3 right now. Jack is in P2. Another one is the 1:42s as well. Michael Lander, he's 1.2 seconds up on his set to 2 time. And he's on the medium compound tires. That is a risk right now. Raz is going Raz has invalidated as well. Newbie comes across the line and he's on pole. 1:42.0. There's more people coming across the line as well. And the next one is the Alpatari of White Storm, who was looking very good in the EPrix qualifiers earlier on as well.
Michael London lost it on the lap as well, but apparently he is up on Newbie right now. This could get very tasty right now for pole position
White Storm
on the medium.
P3.
P3, but let's see if Michael Lander's going to get another pole position in the series. He got it in Zandvoort 2 weeks ago. Is he going to do it again here in Spa? Across the line he goes. No, he doesn't. It's P2. And it's Newbie as it stands right now, Jess, going to be qualifying on pole position for the first time. As well, Jay up to P2 as well. But Newbie Jess, the surprise package in P2. He's been in for a while in the EPrix series. He's going to be on pole for the very first time. And Waz was up as well on his lap. Unfortunately for him, he is in the pit lane.
Waz
He invalidated. So we need Waz to retire from the session because he is going to cause a little bit of delay as everybody else is on the circuit. But Jess, Newbie on pole for the very first time. Impressive stuff, I've got to say, from the young man.
I've got to say, Mercedes doing well in qualifying earlier. Newbie doing well in the EPrix series. Who would have thought it? But I've got to say, another big surprise as well. Malone in the top 3. And that is really impressive to see with a 1:42.3. And it's great to see also Ben back on form as well in P5. It's great to see him showing some good pace here at last for him. But yeah, Newbie I think Newbie has probably saved his pace to where it counted, really. And he probably knew he was going to qualify in Group B. So he just saved his pace until this event. But here are your results for qualifying. We've got Newbie on pole with Jay in second, Malone third, Michael Lander fourth. Ben on the mediums as well with Michael Lander, so they'll be doing the alternate strategy. The only two on the alternate strategy, Matteo in 6th, Lemmy 7th, White Storm 8th, Jack in 9th, 10th is Tim, and we got Phoenix, Alcaz, Waz, Sam, Scars, Burrick, WG Plays, and Superfan. WG Plays unfortunately retired earlier on in the session as well as Burrick, and Superfan had a qualifying ban for his reset to track incident in Singapore in Group B.
So the big surprises, I've got to say, obviously, Waz, obviously, tactically, I think, will have those fresh tyres, obviously, so he's down in 13th. But the big surprise, or the strongest performance, is both Red Bulls, I have to say, Micro and, of course, Ben on the medium tyres. But we'll have to wait and see if this weather is going to be... It's very clear right now, Jess, on circuit. It looks absolutely gorgeous here in Spa for the race day. But I believe I've got some news that there is some little bit of rain emerging about 20 miles away from Spa. So maybe hits at the end of the race, potentially. We're going to have to wait and see. But we're going to have to give some predictions, Jess, for this one. Who do you think is going to win? Do you think Nubidu can do it?
Well, he hasn't been at that much pressure recently, and it may get to him, but I'm going to say I think Jay's going to win the Belgium EPrix today. I think Jay has what it takes. He's been looking great on the game recently, so I think Jay for the win today. Very bold
prediction. I'm going to go... I want to be a long shot for this one. I don't want to go for the obvious person, because I was going to go for Microlander, but I want to be very... open this time around for the predictions, and if I get this one right, I will give the sub on stream. I'm just saying. So my prediction, I'm going to go for, is Matteo.
That is not a bad prediction indeed. Why do you think Matteo?
I think he has the pace. I think he's sandbagging. I think, to be honest, and
he is.
We'll wait and see. But let's get the strategies up on the board, Jess, for tyres. And we know Michael Lander and Ben obviously qualified on the mediums in the qualifying, of course, in the top 10. But Phoenix, Akaz, Sam, Boric, WG Plays, and Superfan all following Michael Lander and Ben's strat there on the medium tyres. Everyone else is on the softs. But this could get very tasty. Strategy-wise, Jess, what are we thinking? 1, 2 stops, maybe?
It's an easy... If it's a drive for the whole race, which we don't know what it's going to be, it's an easy 1 stop. Soft to medium. Softs can last quite a bit around this track, and so can the mediums. So, yeah, easy 1 stop. Soft to mediums or mediums to softs.
Definitely. And do you want to give a big shout-out to the sponsor of the EPrix series for 2020's F1 game? It's Abruzzi. You can check them out. There will be a discount code coming soon, chat, for the EPrix series. So just letting you know, there will be a discount code where you can buy sim gear, pedals as well, maybe, I don't know. Gloves, boots, the lot will be with a discount code, which I will get hopefully very, very soon. But big shout out to Abruzzi, who are part of the team I'm with in the virtual world on iRacing, who are I'm very happy with that. So I want to give a shout out to Ben, who is one of the main guys at Abruzzi, for sponsoring the series, of course, and really excited to work with them as well. And I can maybe reveal something about a merch store down the line. Maybe. Just putting it out there. There may be an official merch store from Abruzzi.
Joking.
Just saying. But here we go then. Nubidu then in the Mercedes. A lot of Nubidu fans in the chat, of course. They're rooting for the young man in that Mercedes to see if he can bring it home for his first win in the series. Jay will obviously be thinking he's got to get past as well. But Malone, the big surprise as well in third place. Could he spring a surprise and win his first EPrix? Or be on the podium most likely for his first podium as well in the event. But make sure you are following, chat, if you haven't already. Hit that follow button as you're about to see some exciting racing here to find the best PC player in the community for this EPrix event right now as the field lineup then. Apparently we've got some news, Jess. Rain is in 10 minutes time. The rain is coming, but when is it going to come is the big question.
That's
as the last man. I know, that's what I was thinking as well, but here they come then. The drivers making their way on to the grid. We're all set. Chat, are you ready for the final race tonight? The F1 EPrix Invitational is... Still waiting for the lights. It's very long, this one. And we are away at Spa for the final race of the night. It's a good start from our pole sitter Nubidu. Jay trying to get past him as well. He's going for the inside move, but can't get it done. And Nubidu holds on to lead through last source. And everybody keeping it clean, Jess, which is what we want to see. as Nubidu tries to pull away right now as we go down towards Eau Rouge and Radion.
Yeah, it looks like everyone has made it through the source line as well, but El Rouge and Radion, that is going to catch a lot of people out, so that is something to watch out for in this series as well. But yeah, everyone keeping it clean, surprisingly, so well done to the drivers. What we can see, people at the back squabbling for positions. WG Plays trying to go for a move there. Phoenix
Change
going
the
for
lead,
the send
Jess.
there. Change for the lead. Jay's now your race leader.
Jay has took the lead. We've already got a penalty already. Waz has got a corner cutting penalty, I think. I think he may have to avoid an instance, but that might be clear from the stewards at the end of the race, potentially. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one as well. But Jay, crucially, gets the lead of the race and now has to pull away because he knows Michaelander and Ben on those medium tyres will have to can go very long. And if the rain's coming, it's going to be advantage Ben and Michaelander.
Yeah, exactly. I think, or if it come a lot sooner than we think, then it could be advantage soft tyre runs as well. But your man, Matteo, is doing very well against the medium runners right now. But obviously the softs are going to be faster than the mediums. But the medium runners are trying all they can to try and defend from these soft runners. But Michaelander is putting pressure on Malone for P3 on those medium tyres too. Jack also going for a move on Alcaz. Oh, that was a slight tap between Michaelander and Malone, but I think Michaelander is going to get it done, maybe. Oh, they got caught almost into that bus stop, heading towards the final corner now. I think Michaelander had to let go, but Michaelander's looking really, really good, taking the shortest run possible. And is he going to get P3 heading towards that source right now? He's going to try at least. Malone not quite making the switch back, but he's going once again, side by side. Malone's just not letting Michaelander have this one easily. But yeah, Michaelander now up into P3. What a challenge from Michaelander. And he's on the medium tyres as well. It shows how much he has grown in pace on this game. He's very much improved. We've got more penalties coming, Ryan, but that was very, very intense, Ryan. We got another move between the other Red Bulls of Ben and Malone. Oh my goodness, that was close and Ben spun.
That's a very risky move, I've got to say, from Ben, and it hasn't worked for him, sadly. He has to wait, of course, for all the drivers to go through, but he's away again. Of course, crucially, Jess, as well, there's no safety car in this race because of time constraints, so that is not what Ben needed. He needed a safety car at least to try and put away. You can see the strategies for Jay right now. He could pit early as lap 7 if he wants for the hard compound, but I think for Jay, he's got to stay out as long as possible for this rain to come. If it's coming in 10 minutes, you can see the clouds are just emerging at the far left of the screen there, the top left. It's coming very soon.
Very, very soon indeed. So that may bring Ben back into this as well, and the people at the back as well. And we're getting timing glitch again, which is not what we want, chat, but we're still going to see some battles nonetheless as well. So, and the Phoenix is our first retirement of the session.
I think he's crashed.
He binned, I think
that's
just
called
after.
No Name.
Yeah, it looks like No Name actually. Yeah.
I think it is No Name.
There are other names for No Name, but I can't remember what they were. But yeah, but we call it No Name because I couldn't think of the other one. But anyway, Matteo is in P5, looking good for P4 at the moment as he's trying to break the slipstream from Whitestorm right now. But I think, Ryan, these drivers are pushing because they know that the rain is coming and they want to get life on these tyres, Ryan, as soon as possible.
I think for the soft runners especially, they've got to manage these as long as they can before the rain arrives. We don't know when that rain's coming, but it's going to play a big factor maybe in this one right now. But the fastest up of the medium tyre for Michaelander, who's got DRS on Nubidu, but Jay's got the gap to 1.2 seconds. Not enough, really. If Michaelander gets past Nubidu now, it's curtains, I think, for Jay. I think Michaelander's been so quick on the mediums. He's been quick all week from what I've seen from testing. He is definitely want to keep an eye on. My man for a gifted sub for the chat is doing pretty well in 5th place. Matteo, as he's on the back now of Malone, as we have a massive lot there. And unfortunately, I've just given the commentator's curse to Matteo because he's just locked up and under pressure, sadly, with Whitestorm right behind him in that Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, Whitestorm looking good just past No Name and now heading towards Puron as well. Right on the gearbox of Matteo there as well. But yeah, these drivers are battling every fight, every minute. Right now, there's a massive DRS train heading from, like, I would say P2 all the way down to P11. So, very, very impressed with all these drivers so far. Escada's just come out of the DRS. And another commentator's curse for Ryan. Mateo has just got a 3-second time penalty.
I'm sorry, chat. I think you're not going to get gifted stuff anytime soon now, which is a shame. But I had to pull these ones there. But we've got to go back to this one, Jess. But Michaelander on the back of Nubidu. Is he going to go for the lunge? or is he going to wait for the DRS? He is going to wait for that DRS there. 2 detection zones and 2 activation zones. 1 is right now, and is Michaelander going to wait for the chance to make a pounce here for P2, and maybe going to risk of overtaking again from Newbie, but nope, he does the right thing, backs off, and will wait for his chance up the Camel Straight to get the job done. But Jay has probably listened to us, Jess, actually, because he's actually now got the fastest up of the race.
Yeah, and don't forget, I think the softs could last quite a bit on this track, and he's going to hope that the rain is going to come soon, because otherwise he's going to have to do a little bit of the same. But here comes Michaelander on Newbie 2, and he gets the job done. Easy does it on those mediums. I think Newbie must be struggling on those softs against Michaelander, but Michaelander is on course to be winning this race. 1.7 seconds between him and Jay.
I think Newbie may be running a bit of a wet setup maybe for the race. Maybe he's seen something that we've not seen yet. Running a bit high, more downforce, because that looked like an easy pass from Michaelander, I have to say, right now. So maybe he's gone for the Red Bull-esque strategy where they run high downforce in the middle sector to help them, but lose the time in the first sector. We're going to have to wait and see as Jack gets the penalty for, I think that was cutting the course number of times there. So our first one of the day, sadly, for him. WG Players gets the penalty as well. Superfan, I've got to say, from the back of the grid is up to 13th place. It's looking pretty strong as well for him. And plenty of penalties left, right and centre, Jess, right now. But I've got a suspicion it's getting a little bit cloudier now as the sun is starting to go away. But you can see the clouds building up even more right now. But Jay's gap has dropped massively now to a second right now. He's going to be under pressure from Michaelander behind, but he's got to keep going on those soft tyres.
He definitely has. He's got to fight Michaelander, because we know how Michaelander's got on the game. And Ben has retired, and he binned it just after just before Blanchimont, actually. So yeah, that is a shame. That would have caused a safety car if there were safety cars, but again, due to time constraints, there are no safety cars. So we're down to 16 runners, and looks like Sam was going for a move on Alcaz, or it's the other way around, I'm not entirely sure, but yeah.
It was Sam overtaking Alcaz.
Yep, Sam up into 15th place in this race. Burritt getting past Superfan up into 13th place as well. Nice train happening for the midfield battle, which is great to see too as well on those mediums, trying to make sure they can get as far as they can into the race, because they never know what the race is. Tim and White Storm, they are going for, there's loads of people going for moves, Ryan. This is just absolute insane right now as they try to fight before the rain comes.
Indeed, they've just got to get positions now before, you know, it comes. When that comes, we don't know. This actually, the weather, I can let you know, Jess, was not decided by me. It was Mark that decided the weather. So Mark has made the call. What it is, I don't know. So we know it's raining, but is it going to be heavy rain or is it going to be light rain? So we're going to have to wait and see right now. But let's see what happens. But Michaelander is now half a second behind Jay. We know these two have had some cracking battles in previous EPrix, Jess. We know how good they are. But Jay's got to put it out all the stops here to try and hold on to a 3-time winner of the series to stop him making it 4 wins in the series.
I've seen Jay and Michaelander fight for positions in many races in the EPrix series and in other leagues as well. And it's always great to watch. They have huge respect on the track, and it's got to be really Michaelander's for the taking. He's got the most to lose out of the situation. If he doesn't get that move done, there's going to be people behind that want to get that move done on Jay maybe as well, because we can see a whole train trying to catch up to Michaelander, of course. Newbie 2.2, and Malone is actually catching up to Newbie 2 so Malone could gain positions out of this. Don't forget, Malone has no penalties so far. He may have a few warnings, but no penalties, and that might come into effect towards the end of this race.
Indeed. Is it me, Jess, or is it getting a bit cloudy now? The sun is
getting cloudy. It's not just you.
It's not just me, which is good news. So I think we may have to get some rain dance hype in the chat maybe, or some pogs or some cat jams for the rain. It's coming, but is it going to come now? Maybe we're going to have to wait and see as we see an overtake nearly. Oh no, there's been contact. Newbie I think closed the door there on Malone, and unfortunately for Malone, he has also reset on track.
Curse for me. Sorry, Malone.
And we know what that means for the stewards. They know what's coming for Malone, I have to say as well. With that reset on the track, of course, it's a slam dunk penalty.
Quali ban for the next EPrix, most likely.
Will be a quali ban, I would say, for Malone for the next one. But imagine going in with the rain dance hype with my favourite emote of all time, animated emote. I have to say it's impressive. But Michaelander's actually staying behind Jay. Jay's doing a pretty good job here, holding on to Michaelander maybe Michael Ender's trying to save the tyres, maybe. He's thinking the rain's not going to come this early, potentially, but it's going to be very close between the two of them right now. Any battles down the field? We have one between, I believe it's White Storm and Waz UK right now. Waz on debut, of course, in P7 and recovering from a very poor qualifying, I have to say. Got his lap in bad. He's got a great shot here going into the bus stop chicane coming up now. Is Waz going to go for the move, or is he going to sit behind? He's going to sit behind for now, behind that AlphaTauri of White Storm. And we also see the Mercedes ahead of him as well. And actually, White Storm runs very wide, Jess. This could be a move going into La Source.
Here we go then. It's going to be side-by-side action between the Haskar and the AlphaTauri. And White Storm, I think, just holds on for Waz, but Waz is coming at them again. A great comeback from Waz, I've got to say, after starting solo down on the grid. He could be...
I'll say, sorry to interrupt you, Jess. Jay in the pits, he's coming out now onto the medium tyres. He thinks the rain's not coming anytime soon, and this may have to be a reaction, I think, to Michael Lander right now. What do you think it's going to be wet? Because this is the thing I've got to say, as WG Plays is out the race, he's crashed at the top of Radion as well, so that's a big FM, but Jay's about to pass his fellow, well, the McLaren of Sam up to 13th place. But does Jay think the rain's not coming to the end of the race? Is he thinking right now he's going to... It's a very bold move from Jay, and I think Michael Lander, he has to react now, but look at the clouds now, Jess. It is very dark right now in Spa. When is it going to rain is the question. How intensifying is it going to be? We're going to have to wait and see, but McLaren are having a good day in the office as well, but Dirty Air, I think, was the reason for WG Plays crashing there, sadly, for him, but Michael Lander fastest in the middle sector right now.
Yeah, if I was Michael Lander, because of how threatening the clouds are at the moment, I would stay out. If anyone knows how the clouds are, I would stay out. I think Jay has made a really big mistake at the moment because he is probably not going to gain as much time right now. But Waz gets past White Storm into Blanchemont early on as well. But maybe White Storm was waiting to try and get past him at the bus stop chicane. Almost a little bit late on the brakes there as White Storm is responding, as well as Noobie-Doo too. Oh my goodness, that was close. But anyway, White Storm is in the pits. And so is Noobie-Doo. So there's a lot of people following Jay's strat ride, and I don't think that's the right one, but you never know.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see, really. It depends when this rain's going to drop, potentially, here. Mateo's staying out. Tim is also staying out as well, so that's going to be good. I wonder if T-Boy Kravitz is back right now from his little holiday in Spa, Francorchamps, in the hills right now, in his little walk. Yeah, so T-Boy, you're back.
Is indeed back, yeah.
Have you got any news? Have you got any news for us about that rain?
Yeah, I'm riding on board with Noobie-Doo at the moment, and there's a couple of spots of rain appearing on the lens. He's down by the south part of the circuit, just coming up now, and there's a bit of rain appearing from the south. So I think
rain. Sorry.
Well, there you go. There's official. And there you go. The rain has arrived right now. So we need some little cheeky pokes in the chat right now, I think. For the rain, it has arrived, but it depends now how wet it's going to go. And will the medium tyres go that long? I'm pretty sure they will, but look how it's starting to get really heavy right now in the last part of the lap, Jess. This could get very spicy at the south part of the circuit right now, as T-Boy mentioned. It's going to be spicy right now. And let's see what happens. Will Michael Lander react to Jay? Because the thing is, if Michael Lander pits now, he may lose the lead of the race right now on those soft tyres. Once he pits in, of course.
He's in the wall.
He's in the wall.
And Noobie-Doo he's out. Where's he lost that then? He's lost it in...
Rouge on my screen.
It's not Eau Rouge, it's the... right at the end of the second sector, actually, so...
near Stubble 02, I think. Oh, Noobie-Doo, that looked awful. That was in the wall. He did a Giovinazzi.
That is very hard. That's a cruel wall for Noobie-Doo on pole position. And he cracks under pressure, sadly. That's a real shame for him. Maybe it's a bit greasy at the end of that lap there for the tyres, but that's a big shame for him. A bit of... No more rain expected, no. Oh no, Hash, we've got more rain, it looks like. It's here to stay. Potentially to the end of the race. We're about to hit half distance. We've got Jack fighting with Lemmy and Burrick right now. Waz UK up to P3 right now as well, and looking pretty good for him. Right now, no replays, Denzo. I'm sorry, mate, but I'm not like the F1 Esports series and have loads of monitors, so I wish I could do that, sadly.
Jack's going for a move on Burrick. What a move from Jack, the Racing Point driver. He just proper sended it there, just past the car. Brilliant from him, but Boat's coming again. In fast Brussels. Oh my god. He's done it. Well done to both of them. Huge respect. Both great, fantastic moves.
I think the biggest loser, though, I've got to say, is Jay right now. I think he literally left it. I think he just went too early, I think, and this is going to help. Matteo especially, he's on the podium right now in P2, and Waz UK is apparently the fastest man on the circuit right now as well. Now he's got clean air ahead of Tim, so he is on the charge now and is chasing down Matteo very quickly, I must say.
Yeah, it looks like it as well. Matteo, I think, has timed this strategy well as well. Waz as well. I think a lot of people are just waiting. It's starting to be very tricky, and I think the ones that are probably the ones to gain in this situation are the ones on the soft tyres. But Micro, we know how good he is on paper, so I think Micro Landon is going to do well, just as well as the people on the soft.
Oh, yellow flag.
Sam's out of the race as well.
Yeah,
they've spotted.
Paul Frere was where he spun.
Waz UK's in the pit lane, Jess, the first man. The top two.
That's Lemmy in as well.
Superfan is as two.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to, apart
Question,
from the top two.
Intermediates are coming out from Racing Point as well. This is the time.
DRS disabled. They timed it perfectly.
They have timed that to perfection. We could see a new race leader here, Jess and T-Boy. It looks like it's going to be Waz who's going to lead this race, but that is the big moment of the race right there, I have to say. And I've got to say, Jay has lost out big time. He's now down into P7, not where he wants to be right now after coming in.
I'd be asking whoever his Jeff is, what were you thinking? Because that was the wrong call completely. Jay down in P7 now.
He is indeed, but this is going to play massively to Waz right now, because Michael is only halfway around the circuit right now, and it's really wet in that middle sector, so they've got to nurse those tyres to the end here of the lap. And even Matteo as well, I think he's definitely a sitting duck right now, but for Waz, this is his best opportunity right now. As you can see, Michael really struggling to get grip in those tyres right now. Oh, a little bit of a lit of the rear tyres there, but you can see the track now getting a bit wet now for these conditions, and it is only Spa, with a bit of rain, of course.
I'm watching the lap deltas. It was 17 seconds. It's now 11 seconds between Michael Land and Waz. Waz has made 6 seconds in half a lap.
Wow.
It's insane.
It's going to be...
So Michael landed to Matteo, but the point still stands.
Could we see a different E3 winner?
We could do, I think Waz is going to be one, I think, to keep an eye on. He's just coming... Oh, my word, that was close for Michael, and then nearly also got a speeding penalty. But let's see what Red Bull can do here. I think he's still going to take the lead here, I think, right now. But tyres go on. Good pit stop there from the Red Bull team. My man to win the race is in the pit lane, and he's in now. He'll be going there, so he is going to take P2 is Waz, but I think Michael is going to just stay ahead right now. And it's very close, but look at the gap he's got now. Only 3 seconds. Waz is in contention here to win this one. He's only 2.5 seconds away. The race is back on now.
It definitely is. Bring it on. Michael Lander, that was too close for comfort there. He almost made the biggest mistake of his life, but he's just a machine on this game, I've got to say. But the race is definitely back on for Michael Lander, and Jay is still on a charge though. That he can still establish the positions, as Jay is going to try and go for a move on Lemmy into Lecon, but it wasn't quite enough for him, unfortunately. Jack is trying to get past Matteo right now as well.
Can I just say, the gap at the front is dropping. It's now 2.1 they are getting, but the battle we're watching right now is Matteo versus Jack for P6. 7, I believe it is. Down right now, and
nice
a little bit.
Switch back. Corner, and then Matteo. No, that's still going.
It's still going. What about this? This is only for P7 in this race. This is what the EPrix is all about now. Even if you're not winning, you get battles up and down the field. They're still going side by side with 2 on. They're keeping it clean. What a cracker this is turning out to be in this final race of the day. And Matteo's still coming back at them.
Oh my god!
Lesser drivers would have taken each other off the track by now, and that's incredible. Fair play to both of them for just keeping it clean. That was great driving.
I've got to say full respect to the pair of them right now, but Matteo just lost out there, but I think now Michael is starting to pull away a little bit now. 2.6 seconds is the gap from the top two. But very impressive though, I've got to say, from Waz, if you can hold on here.
He's going from move on Lemmy into the bus stop.
Oh my god, this could be another move! This could be another move on Lemmy! Lemmy holds
Switch back
on!
here.
Good.
Switch back right there, but it's not going to work out for Jay for now. And we'll have to hold station for the time being. But Lemmy...
something down the Camel Straight, almost certainly, if I know Jay.
Matteo and Jack are 1/10 as well. Matteo could try and go for a move on Lassource. This is going to be intense once again between the Williams driver. He's got, I think, looks like he got the good run, but Jack's going to go for the switchback of dreams here. He could have gone for the move then, but he just didn't.
Been cracking battle this.
I just don't think he had power. I think Matteo just had a lot more grip coming out the corner, and just Jack had no answer to it. See if Jack can get anything on the Camel Straight. Also looking at Jay. Jay side by side with Lemmy. Going through the chicane at the end of the Camel Straight. And
Jack and Matteo going for the move again. There's just so many battles happening. This is fantastic racing.
Jay and Kemi, Lemmy, sorry, I don't know how they didn't make contact there. They should have touched. That was incredible. Jay up to P4.
Oh, actually, I can't keep which battle to keep an eye on right now because they're all close right now.
Yeah,
but,
no one.
But I just want to quickly give a plug to our collaborators for today's broadcast.
Do some cheap plugs, get them in.
It's the F1 community Discord that Chloe has created. So this race is being sponsored by them right now. So I'm giving them a bit of a plug. So join that Discord chat if you want to meet.
And if you're in that Discord,
I put it in the chat already. So
good.
Bill, if you're an F1 fan, join that Discord right now and meet fellow members of the F1 community.
There's watch
as
alongs,
well.
There's games nights, there's loads.
Yeah.
There's mood point and
movie nights.
Denozo wants to know when the next sign up is. Jess, would you like to explain how to sign up for the EPrix?
Well, to sign up, basically.
Oh my goodness, sorry, Jess, I'm gonna have to stop you for a second. Mateo's going to move.
Oh wow, this is insane!
Oh my goodness, no,
this is
he
he almost had lost it.
Wow, that's.
Oh
Max
god.
Verstappen, eat your heart out. Sorry, Jess, go on. I had to interrupt you there because
that was absolutely fine. Well, I think battle. I think if we want to see a battle, we've got to see it. I think because it's getting very intense right now. But yeah, if you want to sign up to our Christmas EPrix, sign-ups will open on Monday, and make sure you join our Discord. If you do exclamation mark EPrix, more information will be there, and make sure you give yourself the right roles as well. So yeah, that's how you sign up for the EPrix. So join our Discord. We won't bite, we promise.
Sig is also in the chat who missed out in Singapore. I know what I've done, Sig, and I'll rectify it at the end of the stream. But I'm an idiot.
What did he
put
do?
it that way.
Well done, right. Somebody forgot to unmod Sig. Not naming any names. Sig, useless power, ban everyone.
Well, yeah. Well, time out Ryan joking.
Yeah,
you can't.
give Ryan a time
Napper,
out.
of course. So, I mean, the only closest battle we've got, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, is Matteo versus Jack. They are literally neck and neck with each other. Also, Jay is also now on the back of Tim right now, so he's on the recovery drivers, Jay, I can't lie to you, but he's a bit too far back, I would say, really, now to challenge. I think Michael went for the win.
Through the race. You don't know what's happening. The rain is coming. We know this very well. So I wouldn't write Jay out of maybe the win. What's the gap? Like
11 seconds, 12 seconds.
He's on a mission.
I could look at lap times and see. Yeah, I could look at lap times actually to see what his lap time was. His last lap time on the Inters was a 1:55.0. He was about 8 or 9 tenths quicker than his previous best, which was insane. And Tim was a 1:55.7.
Oh, Jess, I've got to cut you off again because
there's a battle.
It's round 3 between Matteo and Jack again at the bus stop chicane, and they're going down the inside. Goes Jack, and it's going to be close.
Oh! Wheels, however. Oh, and
look at this Superfan as well.
These two.
It's a free.
Going to take each other out. I'm sorry. There's no way. There's not going to be a collision here. They are just so close. You've got 3 cars now trying to be on the exact same piece of tarmac. It's absolutely insane.
One of them
It's
has to
absolutely crazy, this
concede.
battle.
One of them has
It
to
is.
concede.
And unfortunately for this case, Jack has conceded, but he's not given up yet. Superfan gets a bounty for cutting the top of Eau Rouge and Radion there.
Actually.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, here we go. Oh, my goodness, it's going to go 3 wide. Oh, my God. Superfan backed off a little bit. Mateo's going to try and go for a move just past Lecom. Superfan could actually capitalise on this. He almost just hits the back of Jack there, heading into Boston. You just can't see the track at the moment. It's really hard.
Yes.
It's just difficult.
Oh, really helpful camera angle.
Superfan, I think, is dropping off a bit. He's just waiting for any of those two to make a mistake. Don't forget, all 3 of these drivers have got penalties. And look at this, Jack going for the late lunge. Pass their name into Puan. Oh, careful, you two.
Oh, he forces him off the track. Surely he's got to give the position back. You can't be forcing a driver off the track like that at Puan.
I think he is. I think he's listening to you.
Oh, he's going for the move
Mateo's
again. Jack knows about the penalties because Jack's got more penalties than Mateo, so Jack wants to get past so he could get that gap.
It's been a crack. This has been a cracking battle. I mean, I can't lie. Jay's close to Tim, by the way, as well. I can see, but
he walked up. He might see if he can go for something slash source, but I don't want to take my eyes off this battle. They're going to go side by side. Free Blanchimon again. Come on, boys. That's just insane. This is just asking for an accident, and he pulls.
he's got it done.
Wow.
What a move.
Mateo, that's twice he's done the same move. That's
Guys, can you stop fighting? I want to look at other people right now, but this has to be up there with Battle of the Series.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
oh, Jack nearly bins it there out of the last corner.
Oh, side by
No, it wasn't side by side there, but I think Superfan's getting the same line as Jack right now.
At the moment, please don't tell me they're going side by side.
They are going side by side, going through Eau Rouge.
No. Gonna be an accident. Okay, Jack realises that.
I'm sorry to Jay fans. I did know Jay overtook Tim, but this is the battle we're keeping an eye on.
Oh my god, this is 3 wide into Lecom. Oh, Jack just defends for his life there, brilliant. And they're still going.
They're still going at it. Guys, can you stop, please? You want to... There's not as if there's any other drivers on the track or anything that we want to be watching. But comment on Jay, he is pulling away from Tim. He's already gained a gap of 8 tenths in just a couple of corners, so Jay is quite clearly... I'd say Jay's the fastest man on track at the moment, actually.
He is. It looks like he is.
I have one word, and I think the chat has clearly described this race in 4 words. This is incredible. This is incredible. It is incredible.
This is beeping incredible.
Yeah, I have been watching motorsport for most of my life. I've never seen anything like this.
You know what? I'm going to say this now. Forget the esports series. This is the series to watch right now.
Forget the
I've got to say, best EPrix race ever.
I think best battle of the EPrix series. I always say, as Mateo again, going down the inside into Blanchimon. How have they kept it clean?
How have they not hit each other?
This is incredible.
Any other drivers would have just had a simply massive accident by now.
I feel sorry for anybody right now, but incredible this one. And of course, Miss Formula 1 will say esports is better, but of course.
Yeah.
They're going again. They're going again to that source.
Down the inside into that source. He gets the move. And we'll see if Jack can maybe make something work into Eau Rouge. That seems to be the only corner they haven't overtaken.
Jack's coming back at him. It's round 2 at Eau. There he's no. He's sitting back. He's waiting, but
Jack isn't going to channel his inner Mark Webber.
He's not.
To the top of Gadion.
Oh, they're trying to break the slipstream of Eau Rouge. They know that they're on stream right now. Superfan is in this as well. Superfan, if Superfan gets this.
So they make a little bit of contact with Mateo and Superfan. I don't think he got any damage, but...
Oh my goodness, that is just amazing.
This is insane.
Can we just watch this? Can we just have a 100% race, please?
Yeah,
I'm going to have to leave that battle for a very short time because Lemmy's on the back of Tim now. I think we've had enough of the battle for now, but they're going to be fine right now. But
keep an eye on them.
Yeah, we will.
That's a cracking battle, but Lemmy up into 5th place. He's chasing down Tim for 4th. Jay is...
Oh, Oh no!
Superfan's lost it.
Oh, he's in the wall.
Oh, what a shame, because he got involved in a battle as well. So it's going from a battle of 3 to a battle of 2.
That's a shame. He just ran really wide.
Oh, camera, don't give me justice right now. There we go.
He ran through wide through pool one, hit the power, just the rear lit up, and then he's just going to the barriers. That's real shame.
Into the barrier. Oh god.
Not into the barriers. Not the YouTuber. Don't worry about it. Kids.
Oh, here they go again.
Matteo, side by side with Jack. Blanchimon again. Come on, boys. Stop it. Going to the bus stop chicane. Matteo going to have the advantage on the outside.
I think Matteo is...
He's held it around the outside. What a move that is. Good move from...
I think Matteo is channeling his older brother.
Yeah.
So Nicholas Longay will be proud of this right now.
Yeah, somebody get him in the chat. He will just be... Wow. Jack
And just checking penalties, actually, I would say as well. Waz has got 3 seconds. He may lose second place here if Jay gets a move on right now.
Here they come again through El Rouge. Oh my god, guys, stop!
I'm trying to watch Lemmy and Tim, but...
We want to watch battles, but we can't. It's just this battle has just been incredible.
Here comes again, Jack side by side going into like now. This is his only chance, I think, for the time being, to try and get past Matteo, but Matteo is coming back. But this is really slippery through Brussels right now. I just can't. Yeah. This is in too close to call between these two.
Into speakers corners and there's
yellow flag.
Yellow flag. It's Jay.
Jay
Spun.
Jay
Spinalled.
Jay.
Spinalled Jay.
Jack's still side by side. They're going to go side by side.
Oh my god, guys, can you stop? Can you stop battling, please?
This is insane.
How are they keeping this clean right now?
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
This has legit been going on for what, 6 laps now?
This reminds me of a battle I had at Brazil that lasted like 12 laps. I've got to say, I think they should get them an award. They should get an award for this.
End of EPrix awards.
Yeah,
right now.
This is why we love motorsport, folks. Stuff like this.
Yeah, we do. We're going to watch the gap between Lemmy and Tim, but this is a battle to watch.
No,
I know. Here comes Matteo again. Blue launch before launch. Oh, they touch a bit. Guys, don't end it too soon. We want to see more battling from you. Bus stop chicane now. Matteo, they're not giving too much space. Oh my word. How on earth are they keeping it side by side right now? This may come down to a photo finish between these two. This is on lap 18 out of 22. Michael Anders still leads, but this battle still rages on. Matteo will be P7 on Jack due to Jack's penalties. But Jack must be loving this right now as they head through El Rouge again. Jack's going to go for it.
No,
he's not. He's waiting.
Can I just say, I really hope people in the chat are clipping this battle. I literally want this tweeted out.
Spin it again.
Jay's spun again.
But here comes Jack on Matteo once again into
Yellow flags.
Jay, it's Jay. Jay's got an issue with his wheel. Jay's wheel has died, but he's back going again. And I think Jack and also Matteo are going to join this battle as well. So we're going to have another 3-way scrap, maybe.
Has it stopped raining?
And I think it's stopped raining as well. It has stopped raining. Would it be dries? Maybe for the last couple of laps is anyone gonna? I don't think anyone's gonna go bold here with 5 laps to go. I think it's gonna be fine.
I think for all our heart race, we need either Jack or.
Here we go. Here we go.
Otherwise, we're gonna
and Jay's unfortunately just had a screen freeze. It seems to be dropped the position. I think it's Jay's AI.
Yeah, it's J-Bot.
J-Bot.
Like Danny Bot, but now he's called the J-Bot. I'm gonna nickname him that.
Jay, it's absolutely fine, mate. You've got issues with the wheel, it's fine. If you retire on track, you're fine. I mean, you've got a technical issue, so.
Or just retire in the, or just do a crash.
Yeah.
There's no safety car.
No, I was going to say there is no safety car. Go for it, buddy.
Anyway, let's get back to the mud now.
Back to Matteo and Top Jack. Matteo's going to go for a move now.
Oh my god, not again, for goodness sake. They're doing well on the ERS, to be fair, as Matteo is going for the left-hand side. Jack's defending to the right, but looks like Matteo has got the inside for this one, and yeah, Matteo has got it.
Wow.
But Jack's coming back at it. You think that it's all over, but it's not. Going into that source now, nope, he stays behind. If this is a battle of the cities, if there's an EPrix Awards, this has got to be one of them. I've got to say, we got a yellow flag. That's
Jack.
Yes.
Beautiful crash, Jay. I have to give you that one. That was a great crash into La Source there. Can't lie.
Oh.
It's great.
Oh,
But here we
come
go.
again.
Another move on Matteo. Side by side down the Camel straight. This is almost just standard procedure at this point, isn't it?
Yep.
Outbreaks him. We'll see what happens.
Yep, F for J as well, Kel. I have to agree with you on that one. But oh my God, what? Can these guys just stop? I want to view other people.
Our voices are dead at the moment.
My heart rate is. You can't even measure my heart rate.
I will say though,
We're sweating and we're not even racing.
Yeah,
Superfan's going for the dry tyres. He wants his fastest lap, of course. He wants to get that.
Well,
fastest
it's
lap,
not
but,
bad. I made a risk in Singapore and it kind of worked. I wish I was higher up on the grid, but there we go. As Matteo, I think we got 3 more laps to go. This could go on forever. And in the background, whilst these two are battling, Michael Landa is leading by 11.9 seconds.
Yeah.
Waz is holding on. Waz is going to be comfortable for P2 as well. And
I'm going to mute.
What is going on in T-Boy's house right now?
A bit of DIY going on in that background, not for us, of course.
Oh, here they come again! Oh my word! Please stop! As Matteo is taking. Oh, he's spun! No!
Oh no, that's a big crash, and that is a shame. It had to end. Sadly, I've just missed the end of that.
And DRS enabled.
That is heartbreak.
Jack needs. Oh, he just missed a pit box. Oh, but that could be good for Malone, as Malone is probably going to go to the pits now for the dry tyres. Here he goes on the dry tyres.
I have to say, can we get a big rip in the chat for Matteo, and also GG's to him for one half of possibly one of the best battles we ever had in EPrix history. I have to say, that was what.
It's your fault, T-Boy, for leaving and muting.
It's 8 laps.
Yeah,
I think that was. I think that was what.
Have been there, cool,
It was literally half of that race was a battle between those two, which I think.
Oh, it's fine. Top Jack's going for a move on.
Oh my God! Just Jack, stop!
And he doesn't make the move on the house. That's Kiko. I think is how you pronounce his name.
Burrick. Just call him Burrick.
Burrick right now.
Easy.
Oh, Matteo, don't worry. I've asked people to clip back the battle, so don't you worry.
That was
I mean,
we've got it on my channel and Ryan's channel, so
you're all good.
That was maybe the greatest battle I've ever seen, mate.
Yeah.
So really, we've got to keep an eye, I have to say, on Lemmy. If Michael Landa, Waz, and Tim don't... Well, actually, I say that. Michael Landa's coming into the pit lane. I wonder, with only 2 laps to go, will anybody risk it?
For a chocolate biscuit?
If I were Waz, I'd stay out. No, Waz coming...
No, he's coming in.
I'd have stayed out.
Oh, that was close from Waz there.
The lead, and then they just had to pray that Michael doesn't catch him in the last 2 laps. But
Could have done some Turkey 2020 vibes right there, but he doesn't, sadly.
Tim in the pit lane. We're going to watch Lemmy now. I think...
I will say, Lemmy is in shot of a podium here, I think.
Yeah, he is. Lemmy did well, obviously, in Group C's race.
This is going to be literally...
Did as well. Burrick's on the shot of a podium as well.
Let's wait and see. I think Waz is fine, but I think Tim's going to be a sitting duck here.
Yeah, he's got Tim.
I think, and he has.
Jackson.
Burke also into P4, but it's going to be close between Burke and Tim.
Lemmy.
I think Burke's going to get it just.
He is, but the thing is, Lemmy has got to get a move on because he's got a penalty, remember. We'll share that on screen right now. You can see Lemmy's got to find at least half a second, otherwise Burrick is going to take the podium here with 2 laps to go.
Burrick has got on his MFD, yellow fuel warning light. Gonna have
he has.
Oh, he has, and his ERS is on 5.
And he's got no ERS either. This is going to get nice and close at the end of the race. There's also an AlphaTauri and a Ferrari going at it, going into the bus stop. That's Superfan and Akaz. Is the closest battle on track at the moment, fighting over the wooden spoon.
Yep, indeed.
Going into turn 1. See if Superfan will go for a move. He's probably a bit too far back. Would be a bit optimistic. He stays behind him. That's the sensible option.
I think we should vote for our driver of the days in the chat. So, guys, who do you think is your driver of the day? Who do you think has shone out of all the rest? But there's there's a lot of people right now. I think that's well deserving of it. But Superfan is going for P10 here. He wants the last point, and he's going to try and do it through heading into. Just pass into Kemmel straight into Lake Com, and there he does it into P10.
Yeah, Mike Landa has started
to
final lap here.
He has indeed. Unfortunately, there will be no interviews again. Tight schedule, sadly. So I do apologise, but it
Ryan
is the
has
last
to
lap of the
go.
race,
Yeah.
and I've got to say, standout performance for me has to be Waz. I think on debut as well to be second in the final, wins his group, and also in the podium is a standout performance. Michael Under, you have to say as well, has been dominant all race in this event, and I was going to give it to Mateo, obviously, for a joint drive of the day for.
You can still
Mateo,
give it to him. Who cares?
Yeah, Mateo and Top Jack for me.
and look at it now. Look at the track.
Just
It's absolutely gorgeous now. The sun has popped
battle,
out.
Battle, Jack and Malone. Jack's
What a
going at it again.
The two racing points here at Spa.
What does this remind you of, chat?
Ocon and Perez collided here.
2017. You know what? I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. This is what's gonna happen.
Oh no, Ryan.
Jack maybe going from channeling his Cinema Quebo on the final lap. Now they're going to go onto the camera straight.
They've got to keep it clean. They've got to keep it clean.
They're going to go side by side. They do past the legions of Dutch fans.
I'm gonna have to leave it for the time being. We will come back to it because our race leader is coming in to the final couple of corners. He started on the mediums in fourth place on the grid, pulled the strategy to perfection into the bus stop for the final time, and it's going to be a new record in the EPrix series. Michael Under out the last corner is going to win I was going to say Bahrain then, the Belgium Grand Prix with the fastest lap of the race. He's a 4-time winner of the EPrix series, a dominant performance from the Red Bull driver, but the standout performance for me was UK on debut, second place, impressive performance of him. But is Lemmy going to get the podium though?
He's going to lose it.
I don't think he's going to get third. Burrick is going to get it. He does indeed.
1.3 seconds.
He does indeed.
But
you know what?
Let's
get back to this the battle of the racing points. Here we go then. Here we go then into the last corner. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be Malone? Is it going to be Jack?
It's going to be Malone because of penalties, but
it's going to be. He's done it. Oh, what about this? Is it going to be a grandstand finish?
Oh,
it's Malone. Malone pips him. Oh, what about that? Is between the two racing points, I would say. But but Burrick gets the podium though with penalties, as we mentioned there. So what a race that was! I have to say.
Superfan and Akaz. I think Superfan should hold on to P10, but penalties obviously. Superfan across the line in P10, and Akaz, he will stay in P11. Has to be the best EPrix race. I'm sorry to Michael Under, I have to say. Yeah. But Burrick gets driver of the day, which I think is deserving for where he starts on the grid. But what a scrap that was throughout the whole of that race. And you can see Michael Under there. He's got the finger. He's got the Vettel fingers up.
There we go.
He knows he is. But what a race that is. Forget real life F1. This is where it needs to be right now. Forget Mercedes dominance. Just do it on a video game and do it at a community event, you know. Right there. So we're going to have to do this very quickly because I do need to shoot off. But Jess, would you do the honours to take us through the final classifications of this race at Spa?
Definitely. So Michael Under wins again in the Red Bull. No penalties to his name. Fair play. Waz on his debut, getting a podium P2. Well done to him. Burke in third. Lemmy just misses out on the podium by 1.3 seconds. Tim in fifth. Malone sixth. Jack, standout performance with him with some great battles all race. White Storm 8, Scars 9th, Superfan 10th, and Akaz in 11th. And your retirements, unfortunately, are Mateo, rip for him, Jay, Sam, Newbie Dude, WG Plays, Verstappen, and Phoenix. So, congratulations to those guys. And, oh my god, I just need some room to breathe now. But what a race, guys. Thank you to everyone that has taken part today. You've made it the best event we've done in quite a while, I think.
Indeed. So, that is going to be it, I'm afraid. It's been a cracking race. I've got to say a big thanks to Mark for creating an epic race there at the end there for Spa. So, big ups, Mark. Also Mark and, not Mark, T-Boy and Jess as well. Thank you both for joining me in the booth.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks to our lobby host as well.
As always, if I can speak.
As well, we are going to raid somebody who I feel deserves it. It is a certain Matt Gallagher. He is
What?
doing a charity race,
No.
a 23-hour charity race. So we're going to give him some love from me. So everybody, I want you to go and give him the love from me by typing GG Matt in the chat to him when we raid him. So we're going to raid X Matty G. You may remember him from the old league racing days, but he's Matt Gallagher. And for me, I'm going to wrap this up, chat. So to everybody who came up tonight, massive appreciation I do. Also shout out to the F1 community Discord for coming out as well. You know who you are as well. Appreciate it as well. And from myself, Jess, and T-Boy, have a lovely evening, everyone. We'll be back hopefully in a few weeks' time for the Christmas edition of the EPrix series. Have a lovely evening, everybody. Hope you all stay safe during COVID. And let's go and raid X Matty G right now. So from us, have a lovely evening, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for 100% race at Bahrain, by the way. We'll see you then. Have a lovely night, everybody, and take care.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.